Hello!
So, hello and welcome to Fools and Flagons, a D&D campaign made up entirely by me, where the players do dumb things and I try to make sense of it. The dumb thing tonight is Vanera is off with her brother's wedding in Maine, so they were very generously replaced with Metal for the evening, who's more or less going to be adding comedic effect and rolling dice for her character.
Hi, I'm a nasally Canadian who is not going to be participating in any major plot points except combat.
And who knows, maybe Kip will make an appearance. No. But that's why Vanera's not here, and he was going to be sitting watching the session anyway, so I figured, hey, that's a few less dice that I have to roll. So, going to power on through the rest of the announcements here really quickly. So, on top of streaming the D&D campaign, we have Pez Plays on Mondays, Whiskey Wednesdays on alternating Wednesdays, and Metallurgy Magic on Saturdays when his schedule allows, usually the Saturdays that aren't on a D&D weekend.
Alternating Saturdays and whenever the fuck.
Yes. Yeah. I'm waiting to see if he's actually going to blink or if he's... if you would like to see past adventures, you can watch the VODs on our YouTube channel or listen to our podcast. We are on most major platforms such as iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, and we've also recently been added to Listen Notes, Player FM, iHeartRadio, Samsung Radio, Podchaser, and Pandora. So the podcast for our D&D campaign comes out the Friday after we live stream, which is today, the 30th of September. And yeah, let's see. Donations are never required, but always appreciated. If you would like to support us, please consider our coffee page.
Never appreciated.
Yes.
Settling into the role.
Yes, fucking perfect, Vanera. All proceeds from donations and memberships go straight back into making Fools and Flagons an even better experience, and it helps keep the podcast alive and well. We also want to thank you for your follows and subscriptions and bits on Twitch. I do apologize that I cannot stop to recognize them for the sake of keeping the story flowing. We don't want to have any interruptions there, but your support is always appreciated.
Mwah.
Mwah. The only other real announcement that I've got is later on in the month of October, I will be off in Italy. So we are currently trying to figure out how that is going to affect things, because I will be missing 2 Fridays, which makes it kind of tricky to make a catch-up stream. So I don't know yet if we're going to try to pre-record, or maybe I'll hand the reins over, and if someone wants to do a one-shot, we don't know yet. So if you haven't already, join the Discord, and that's probably where you will learn what we're going to be doing in that particular scenario. And we play a bunch of other games too. So we're always looking for more people to hang out and do stuff with. So, anything else? Anyone? Nope. Well then.
Peter Buster.
Brick is going to die tonight. Grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
Wait.
All right. So.
Kill him.
I just woke up, if you can't tell.
The story so far. The Tempests have left the desert after taking care of Pez's family troubles and set off in search of a pirate woman named Shirahama, who seems to have ties to both Kasumi and Vanera. The last they knew, Shirahama is somewhere in high tide. The party stumbled across a magical house on wheels and took it to a town called Crossroads to get it fixed up and become their new mobile base of operations. A few of the Tempests had their money stolen by a ragtag group of orphans struggling to survive. After deciding to not kill them, or turn them in, surprisingly, Kasumi left them with a hefty sum of gold to survive off of, after warning them to behave, essentially.
And my axe.
Sure.
Yeah, you were the one threatening to take their hands from them.
Yeah.
That was you!
That's the joke.
Yeah.
I'm too...
Way to keep up.
Good morning.
They then returned to the Swolbolds and gave them a list of things to repair and upgrade within the wagon home. After a few brief days within the town and a quick shopping trip to the tailor to have wedding clothes made for them, the repairs and upgrades were finally complete. Once more, the Tempests strike out on the road, heading to Harpermere. I flinched for whatever reason when Boba jumped out of Kasumi's hands. So once more, the Tempests strike out on the road heading to Harpermere. Ahead of them waits a wedding and a fateful encounter with the pirate Shirahama. So, you all are on the road with Brick in his forehead, and you
Oh,
have
for
just...
my name's there, so you can't see my eyes. Dang it.
So you are all currently heading east along the road. You decided to stay on the road instead of attempting to cut cross country. So I can actually change this because I
That's right.
updated the audio on this. So
Escape. Shit.
you all are on the road heading towards Harpermere. I believe Vanera and Pez were in the driver's seat. The day is yours. What would you like to do?
Brooke is gonna take at least a day in the library, doing his thing.
Doing his thing. Okay. So Brick disappears for pretty much most of the day. Anyone else?
So, real fast. So we're out of Crossroads,
Mm-hmm.
and we're headed towards Harpermere. Correct? I'm not crazy in thinking this.
According to the map, you are going to follow the road to Mailglen, and then from there go north to Harpermere.
Well, I'm glad that you said that name before me, because I would have butchered the shit out of that.
Mailglen.
Okay. Oh. What would Zon be doing?
Kasumi, Pez, are you guys doing anything on this?
Kasumi is gonna start her day at her altar for Shensei,
Mhm.
and to start her morning meditations. And we're in the cart with it moving, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then she'll find like a windowsill somewhere to kind of hang out in.
Okay.
Vanera sits with.
I'm just gonna keep the card straight and make sure it's to the second star on the left.
Okay. The temptation to have you do a survival check is strong. But the road is pretty straightforward and easy enough to follow. You're moving at a fairly decent pace. You do take up most of the road, and as you're traveling along, if another wagon comes by, you either have to move slightly to the side, or if you're feeling particularly lazy, you can just kind of bully the other carts out of the way because you are bigger. Let's see. Okay. So, you travel for most of the day. There's no real issues. Kasumi, you spend the morning meditating and communing with Shensei as best that you can. Zon, you were giggling a second ago. What were you doing?
It was like, Zon just sees, or like if Zon saw Kasumi meditating, if he would just kind of, like awkwardly, like, I wonder what she's doing.
Well,
It's like, like that standing behind the wall, eyes peering out, just like,
Well, for you, it's your eyes and all 3 feet of your ears, but
they're
I
not
was
that
gonna say,
long.
do I notice?
make a perception check, and if you were trying to be stealthy, Zon, roll a stealth check.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Oh, why did that have to be really good? I rolled the exact same number twice, never mind.
Why'd you roll twice?
I
Oh,
have
because your armor.
disadvantage.
Right.
Yeah, I have disadvantage. I rolled an 18 twice, so 21.
19.
19. He is somehow able to mask his footsteps with the rumbling of the cart as it hits particular bumps in the road, and
was actually gonna ask, like, we don't feel it as much in the cart. I could have swore you remember. I remember you saying something like that.
You feel some of it, but it's muffled
Dulled,
to a sense. It's like what Pez, on the other hand, outside in the driver's seat is kind of going ape shit.
Ace Ventura-ing
Yeah.
that.
We love you. Chitty chitty bang bang. Chitty chitty bang bang.
Chitty! There are some of the particularly rough bumps. You'll hear some of the cutlery rattling in the cabinets, and you may have to steady yourself a little bit on a particularly wobbly piece of terrain, but generally speaking, it's as if you're on a houseboat in a fairly calm lake. If any of you have been on such a vessel to compare that to.
A little sharp. How big was the safe again that we ordered? Or that we had them installed?
I believe it was big enough for Pez to sit in.
What was it? 3 foot by 3 foot?
Something like that, I believe. I believe it was a 3 cubed.
Zon's gonna go fishing.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at my inventory. I'm like,
Oh.
I have that. So you can see
Forgot
Zon
that
just
was an option.
gonna go in just like the main room with the map and everything, and just pull out the fishing rod, and just look at it, and be like,
Okay. Are you just sitting at the table, or are you sitting on the steps? Like, where exactly are you?
"Can I be sitting on the counter so it looks like the rod's going into the sink or the base? The line is going into the base."
Sure. Why not? Okay.
What is that thing called again?
The,
I think I called it the
Angler's
Worldly Fisher.
Angler's Worldly Fisher.
Let's see.
See it.
Ooh, gives me
Roll
advantage, too.
roll a d8 for me.
A D8. Mm-hmm. Okay. That'll be a 4.
Okay.
Pulls out a fucking shark.
Well, I have an advantage to catching fish while I'm using this thing, I think. You have an advantage on the ability checks to catch fish while using this rod. Any fish that you catch on this way reappear at the point where you cast the line, just might not be near me. Tugged up out of the water.
Just imagine, like, it disappears, and then on the other side of the portal, you see somewhere in the ocean.
Pretty much.
Just fucking catches a grouper.
Okay. So yeah, roll a how do I want you to?
What'd you bait the hook with?
Oh, you didn't say that he baited it with anything.
I was about to say, I'm not even sure if I can. I don't even know how it works. This is just Zon's first hurrah.
Oh, let's see. Make a general dexterity check, which you would have advantage on.
Well, I'm very happy to have advantage on that roll.
You roll low for once?
I rolled 1 twice.
Ah, the hubris!
I rolled a 1. I'm like, thank God, advantage. Fuck.
Okay.
Well,
It only took
So-
2 years.
Yeah, for real. So you cast the line, and you see it. You do kind of like a lazy flick because you're only in the counter and you're going into the sink, but the line extends from the rod, and you start to think, well, this isn't gonna fucking. Oh, and like a little swirl of blue. The hook and the bob just disappear, and the string is just going through this slowly swirling blue, like event horizon kind of deal. And you sit there for a minute, and you're like, well, this is kind of nice. Really
I have to
calm.
be on a boat.
I'm in the house. And all of a sudden, the rod leaves your hands.
Well, I'm going to remove that from my inventory.
And lurches towards the portal that it created.
Can I attempt to grab it?
Make a dexterity check.
That one's much better. It's +3, 19, 20, 22.
22. You grab hold of the rod. I need you to make a strength check.
So is that a saving throw or just like it's?
I said a strength check.
So it's just a D20.
D20 plus your strength.
I just wish Brick wasn't in the library. I was like,
12. So 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I rolled a 12.
A 12. Kasumi, you're probably the only one to hear this. You hear some very colorful swearing from downstairs and clattering as Zahn grabs the rod and is dragged across the counter towards the sink. It sounds pretty in distress at the moment.
I'm going to go check it out.
Since I was sitting with Kasumi, would I hear this as well? Could I run?
You're up with Pez.
What? Well, would you have been in with Kasumi?
When she said that she was sitting down finding a place to meditate, I said Vanera sits with.
Okay, sorry, didn't hear that part. Then yes, you would hear this as well. It is very loud. It is very colorful.
Okay.
In a language that neither of you understand.
I am cursing and rocusing.
So, Zahn, I need you to make. Let me see. At this point, I would need you to make a strength saving throw.
11, 12, 13, 14.
14. You are very slowly being drawn towards the little portal that was made. So at this point, Kasumi and Vanera, you see Zahn, who is basically standing like feet on either side of the sink and is just gripping this thing. The pole is halfway through this weird little portal. It looks like he's trying to shove it down the center of the basin.
So, is there any of the part of the string that's still showing, or
No.
is it half the pole that's in?
Half of the pole is just vanishing between a smooth, sort of rotating disc of blue.
Okay.
Can I tell that he is trying to pull and not push it in?
He's kind of both feet on either side of the basin, and he is.
Oh yes. Okay. I go over and I try and make purchase on the rod and see if I can.
Okay.
Help.
Help.
Yeah.
Help.
So I will say you can either. Kasumi, are you doing anything as you see this happening?
Yeah, sorry, I had to sneeze. So I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna go up and. Okay, question, DM.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to Misty Step and I'm holding onto someone, can I bring them with me?
I think.
I want to say yes, but I feel like that might be a later level. Let me check real quick.
Okay.
D&D Beyond gives you
D&D
the tools to
Beyond.
check all this.
It does not say anything about taking someone with you. It usually specifies if you can.
Yeah, you teleport up to 30 feet to an
Okay.
unoccupied space.
So it would specify if you could or not. Okay.
Yes.
Usually.
Also, DM, if you were going to ask me if I would be making a separate strength check or giving him advantage, I'd probably be giving him advantage.
Right. I just need to see like how everyone's assisting in this, which will affect the DC that comes up.
I guess I'm gonna try to grab and pull with my little arms.
Okay. Zahn, another strength saving throw with advantage.
That was not good on the first roll. The next roll was much better. It was 16, 17, 18, so it's 19 this time.
19.
The next other one was a 2.
Between
What's going on tonight?
Between the three of you, you begin to pull back. Zahn is kind of now like feet on the edge of the sink and is still being held up by the rod. He's pulling that hard to get it out of the little portal that it is in. Whatever is on the end of this is likely big.
Can we see the string now? Like
You
a fishing line?
There's maybe one more little space. You know how the fishing rods have the little rings that the line goes
Yeah.
through? You're getting towards the end of that. There's not quite the string yet.
I'm
I would have
gonna-
heard any of this by now, right?
You were in the library, and if you had the door shut, you Make a perception check.
Okay. I was about to say, because they're making a lot of noise at this point.
Let's say
I was gonna say Kasumi is gonna take out a rapier and slash the end of it.
Perception 10.
No idea. It is a damn good book.
Break my fishing rod, I'll kill you with it.
Well, I'm assuming she means to cut the line, not the rod.
I'm gonna cut as little amount of it as I can, but we're gonna sever this connection here between this other side of this fucking portal.
Can I rabbit hop if when I see it she's doing it so she doesn't damage the rod? We're not to ruin this thing I've never used before.
I know.
But...
That's
Okay.
tricky timing.
So, Kasumi, I need you to roll an attack.
Okay.
And Zahn, I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Oh, I can actually do that. I get bonuses for that.
Dirty 20.
Ooh, okay.
Not bad. And you said what check? Dexterity?
Acrobatics.
That's +3, so that's a 17. And if it doesn't pass, let me know because I can add something to it.
You're contesting Kasumi.
Well, no, not necessarily.
Oh, no,
but-
acrobatic. No, never mind. It's a dex saving throw. My apologies. I can't add anything to it.
So, what was your total then?
20,
dirty 20? Both you dirty 20s?
17 +3, yeah.
Okay, so Zahn, you see Kasumi as she's helping you pull. She pulls out. Are you pulling out the Basaito, or are you pulling out your? Okay, so she pulls out her new sword, and she goes and she swings towards the front of it. And as you see this, you go, "No!" and you jump backwards, and it's just enough that as she's swinging for the tip of it, the line comes into view, snaps it, and all that pressure that you were fighting is no longer there. You sort of thwap yourself in the face and go ass over tea kettle through the kitchen as the little portal just goes shut.
Veneer is fucking laughing. I don't know if that's something Veneer would normally do. She's laughing.
Kasumi is panting and still holding Basaito with both hands and just like looks over her shoulder at Zahn. What the heck was that?
I was fishing!
In the sink?
Where it ended up is not my problem, but I almost had it, and you almost broke my brand new rod.
You were almost gone.
It would have been fine.
Do you know where that portal was going?
Vent to some body of water.
It's
The quest
damn
to
good
find
body
Zahn.
water.
How about we not do this by yourself? She's
Zah's gonna put his hands on his hips. I am the best fisherman in this group, thank you very much.
Yeah, you had that under control. Real good.
Clearly.
I totally,
were
if it's just a
great.
big fish.
You were halfway down the sink.
No, that was the rod was halfway down the sink.
Kasumi aggressively sheathes her rapier. She crosses her arms and she huffs away from Zahn.
Veneer sticks around, make sure he doesn't do stupid shit.
Kasumi must be so tired of all the magic item shenanigans this group gets out there.
Quit fucking with portals!
Fine!
The cake is a lie.
Now you're fucking with
Portals and magic jugs.
Speaking of, who has that? Does Kasumi
I
have
do.
that? You do? Okay.
I will not release it.
So Zahn, at the moment you currently have an unusable fishing rod, as there is no bob, there is no hook. The rod itself is fine, and there is still line to it, but you have no way of casting at the moment.
So, real fast, is the string magical, or is the rod itself, like, if I get replacement string for it, can I just restring and rebob and everything?
Make an Arcana check.
Alrighty! I don't know what my Arcana is plus. Plus one, a 15, maybe.
You kind of look at it and you go, it'll be fine. Just gotta get a hook. Maybe a little bob. It'll be fine. You don't really know. You're pretty confident that it's okay, but
Then, kitchen sink fishing. Take 2.
Do you have a hook to replace it?
No, I'm just saying when.
Oh,
It'll be
okay.
take-
I was about to say, I'm going to have to double check your inventory because that's bullshit.
Actually, do I? Hold on a second. Inventory.
I mean,
Anyway,
So, Kasumi,
You could probably
you
carve
storm off
one.
in a huff. Is there anything that you're going to do? Are you going to be keeping an eye on him? Are you going back to meditate some more?
She's gonna go back and find a windowsill to sit by, and she's still gonna sit there with her arms crossed.
Well, there's plenty of windows that you can choose from. There's upstairs, downstairs. Do you have a? Because there is the big bay window right in front, in the kitchen, like up the stairs, and you can see the back of Cassie and the direction you're heading. There's the 2 windows on either side of the door that would have been. So if you're pulling on Zahn this way, the door would be behind you. The bay windows are there, and of course you remember the big windows up in the master bedroom and the other rooms that are there. So there's plenty of rooms to go and look into, but
She's gonna keep Zahn within eyesight,
okay.
but she might spend some time polishing her sword and use the reflection to like spy on what he's doing.
Okay. As shiny and magical as Basaito is, it's not exactly reflective.
Okay, no mirror finish.
It's a really, really deep green. So like you can see the shine of light, but it's not like a steel weapon where it can be polished enough to have a mirror finish on it.
Gotcha.
Veneer's just gonna sit with Pez.
Okay, so going up top where he's steering. So Venera goes upstairs, up the tower, and crawls across the roof to sit down with Pez, since the cart is still.
Riding my little red wagon back. Oh, hey there, Venera.
Hi. Zahn nearly went down the sink.
Too bad he didn't. You could use a bath.
I'm kind of in the same boat.
Wait, fucking Pez just said this? Fuck you!
You're not there. You didn't hear.
I don't care. Fuck you in spirit.
So the day continues on. As you get further and further away from Crossroads, the traffic becomes lighter and lighter. For the most part, there's no real other occurrences. It's a very, very soothing ride. Pez, you're still a little weirded out because it's green and it's kind of cool, but you kind of have to admit a little bit that it's pleasant. You can hear birds chirping everywhere. It's not so
much
hot.
lunch flying around.
Yeah. Fast food. Is there anything anyone else would like to do for the remainder of this day?
Grumble and it's staring at Kasumi. While holding the fishing rod in his hands.
They're like the 2 pissed off siblings that like just got in a big fight. They're just watching each other's backs to make sure no one takes the next move.
Well, if there's nothing else you all would like to do, then the day continues on. Evening begins to approach. The sun begins to dip below the horizon behind the wagon. You've been going for pretty much the whole day, stopping now and then to let Cassie get some food. But soon enough, evening falls. You veer the wagon off the side of the road so you're not in the way of any late night travelers. Unhook Cassie so she can rest easy. Is there anything you all would like to do for this evening?
How many days of travel will it be?
Believed to Mailglen was 3 to 4 days travel. Especially with Cassie being able to go more or less nonstop.
Don't think I can.
The only thing I planned on doing for the trip was just the research.
I could do it while we do our watches.
see. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, it would take roughly 3 to 4 days to get to Mailglen. So
I'm just gonna make my anti-disguise goggles more comfy to wear.
more dumpy.
Comfy.
Comfy.
Oh, comfy. I'm sorry. Got it.
Are we gonna actually do watches, or are we just gonna skip through that stuff for the most part?
Depends on if you're gonna do watches.
If we do, Zon's just going to do the equivalent of meditating, thinking about home, family, etc., etc.
Okay. If you guys are taking watches, who's taking first, second, third?
I can do
Veneer's
first.
already up there. Yeah.
Or second, whatever. I'll do second.
Veneer will take first then.
Okay. Veneer takes first watch. So you all go to your various rooms and little hidey holes wherever you would like to rest for the evening. Roll a perception check for Venera, please.
Yes, please. Is there like an alarm system that is installed on the house just so I know?
No.
Okay. I think she's checking her nails. That's a 6.
A 6. Venera gets a little bit distracted with laying down and petting Cassie. But for the most part, it's a nice, cool evening. Gets a little bit chilly towards the later parts of the evening, but not terribly uncomfortable. She has the clothing for it and the fluffy fur in certain places. Soon enough, Venera begins to tire. She goes inside to find the next person for the watch, which I believe Zahn wanted to.
Zahn, yeah.
Okay. So, Venera goes to wake up Zahn. Zahn, what would you like to do for your watch?
Just meditate. Like I said, think about home, family. The next day or two.
Okay. Where are you taking your watch, by the way? I should have asked that. Inside, outside?
I'll sit right outside the door.
Okay. Make a perception check.
What's my perception? 28.
28?
Yeah.
I
keep forgetting my perception is like Platonic to the high.
Yeah, your radar dishes, man.
Yeah.
It's a... You'd almost gotten used to the desert nightlife for a time, where it was quiet most of the time and you would hear a noise and it would put you on edge because it had been so silent. The night here in the Nightly Kingdoms is fairly noisy. There's quite a bit of movement, either via the wind rustling the leaves in the trees, the heavy footfalls of some lumbering creature off the side of the road going through the trees. Nothing sounds like it's getting too terribly close. But for the most part, nothing seems to come by to bother you.
Yep.
The night carries on. Eventually, you think, fuck it. Someone else's turn.
Stanfa Pez.
Awaken.
So my watch isn't really going to be that much of a watch because I am going to look at a bug, like one of the mechanical bugs, and I am going to tinker with that.
Okay, can you turn your volume up just a smidge?
It's up all the way.
Much better. Maybe I just needed you closer to the mic. I don't know. Just want to make sure people can hear you. So which of the bugs are you looking to tinker with?
I don't know, just one of the cooler mechanical ones. Is there one that looks like a pill bug? A roly-poly?
Let me see. It's been a minute since I've looked at these at all. All right, so there is one that looks a little bit like a silverfish. There are the fireflies that come out every night so long as the box is opened and they are able to recharge, and they just circle around the exterior. There's one that looks like a real fat bumblebee. There is the beetle that's on the map that seems to just always be present, and you look at it and it has moved, and it has left little like dotted lines for where the wagon has traveled. And then there's another one that looks like a multi-segmented caterpillar.
Do any of these have like special things? Like if I take the bumblebee, does that do anything?
Well, you take a little look at the bumblebee and let me see. Do you have tinkerer's tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you proficient in them?
How do I find
You are. If you look in the bottom left of your character sheet, where you have your proficiencies in languages, you have tinkerer's tools listed there. So, I would say make a tinker tool check, which would be roll a d20, add your dex, and add your proficiency.
$14.
14. You've never seen anything like this. You've played with guns before and firearms, and you have a general understanding of basic mechanisms. You take one of the little bumblebee-looking things, and it starts to kind of crawl away, and its little wings are starting to flap, but you sort of pin it down, and you begin taking it apart. The light within it dims, and it goes still, and you do your best to keep track of things that you've taken apart and where they belong. And you look inside, and you see, like, okay, that turns that, and that flicks that, but I have no idea what it's doing.
I'm gonna just continue to focus on the bug and see if I can figure out what makes it tick.
Okay. And you're spending the rest of your watch doing this?
Yep.
Okay.
Heck the watch.
Then I'll let you do another Tinker's Tools check
Ooh.
as you spend the next couple hours doing this.
$13.
13. You're still not 100% sure how it works, but you know how it's put together. And that's about the best that you're able to ascertain from that particular set of rolls, unfortunately. So, the sun begins to rise far off to the east over the horizon. Pez hisses quietly as it comes through the front bay windows and strikes him in the forehead. The day is yours. How would you all like to proceed?
Everyone ready to roll out?
Sounds like a good idea.
Ian, would I have been done by now?
Oh, yeah.
We forgot about him. Has he gone?
Let me see.
I've just been in the library this whole time. I've not popped my head out or anything.
Yeah, I rolled a 4, so
Okay.
yeah, you would absolutely be done.
I'm gonna walk over to the tinker's table and I'm gonna see if I can.
Is that in the same room?
No.
It's
I'm
across
gonna
the hall from
walk
the
out.
library.
I'm gonna
okay.
walk out of the library and into the tinker room.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if I can install the watch into my the forearm opposite of my book.
Ooh,
Interesting.
Kind of put it in like a protected chamber that I can pop open and just close again.
Worst
So
case,
it protects the watch, but I have it if I ever need to look at the time.
Make
put it
an
on your
Arcana
forehead.
check.
On a check?
Arcana.
Fucking hell. 11.
11.
Not rolling good tonight.
Well, it seems like a really great idea. This isn't quite the same as you putting on armor
Or installing a gun.
or installing a gun. You feel like it's possible, but you're not sure how just yet. And as you start to take the tools to yourself, you think, I really don't want to fuck this up. You can still try.
No, if I'm not confident, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. You feel like there's something somewhere that you can get right, but you haven't quite had enough time to. One, you haven't had enough time with the item itself to really learn the inner workings of it, and in the process of doing this, there's a potential that it could break, and you may not know how to fix it at that point.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna keep it in the rucksack.
Got it.
Spider bag.
Okay. So Brick is upstairs playing with himself and a watch.
You said playing, and I immediately was like, say it.
Yep.
Say it.
Yeah.
That was the first time we made this joke.
I reached the point of no return, and I just had to commit. So you all hit the road again.
Yep.
The silent nods. I appreciate the
Just-
input here.
I said,
I'll add some flavor. So Kasumi is slowly but surely every day kind of feeling a little bit more comfortable with her abilities again.
Mhm.
So you'll often find her throughout the day practicing some of her arcane abilities.
Okay.
So for this day, she is practicing her mirror image on random things in the house, the cart.
Interesting.
Does mirror image make you duplicate, or do
No.
you duplicate anything else?
No.
Might be thinking
Sorry,
of
minor illusion. Sorry,
Oh,
not mirror
okay.
image.
Oh,
She has
okay.
that
like
minor
Yeah.
illusion. She is just going to kind of find something, and she's just gonna replicate it, and just really focus on it, and be like, does that pass? I don't know. So she's just playing this little game by herself.
So, quick question: do you want to fuck with Zahn with this?
Yes.
Okay. Zahn, at some point you go downstairs just to inspect and hold on to your angler fishing rod. You go to grab it and whoom, your hand goes right through.
So I did roll for this, but it's gonna be weird. He's gonna shake his head, and he's just, I don't know if I want to do this today.
What?
And just gonna watch Zahn just walk off. Zahn does not seem to be on his game today, or something either is off or he's not having a good day.
I thought he was gonna laugh, or he was gonna get really mad.
Did not receive the outcome that you were hoping. In fact,
Are
it's to the
any
point
of
where she's up in the bay window at the front, just watching, just snickering, and then he kind of whoom and just goes
walks
off
up
doing
and-
something else, and you're just like,
Yep.
well, shit.
Zahn's gonna walk up into the what is it, the telescope thing?
The tower.
Just-
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just gonna sit up there.
Okay.
Just be alone.
As he comes out, I'll come out of the Tinker's room and pass him and go, "Good eye, mate," and rub my eye and walk past him.
Zahn's not even gonna be phased. He's just gonna continue to walk past you. He doesn't even actually acknowledge you.
Is there anyone else in the main
Oh,
room?
who put a pickled pricker in your bum today, eh?
Walks up the stairs.
It's a little disconcerting that he didn't. No retort, nothing. You as well are kind of like, shit.
Fucking crikey! Fucking mate.
Vanira is just munching on breakfast.
And Pez, is it safe to assume that you've harnessed Cassie and are trundling along already, or are you taking a bit to yourself this morning?
Oh, I'm trundling.
Oh, okay. So the carriage is trundling. It's kind of trundling along.
I'll make my way downstairs, and I assume I see Kasumi and Vanira.
Mhm.
Good day, everyone. What I miss?
Oh no.
Oh no.
You did the voice thing again.
Oh yeah, just did me a little research.
So
Trying this one out for a spin.
what's
do you think?
this one for?
Well, see, I read this very interesting story about a man in the, well, I think he originated in the Untamed West, but he kind of went all over the world finding new dinosaurs and creatures, and for some reason he would wrestle them. But he just seemed like an interesting character, so thought I might try to emulate him.
I see.
I hope the
no.
outcome that portrayed this man also happens to you.
Wow.
Wow.
That
Well,
was dark.
Not really. I think the accent is great.
Thank you.
Well, that's an interesting little story there. So,
Seemed to really like the word crikey. Not really sure it's my thing, but kind of like how he was, his phonetic speech pattern.
I'm gonna have to get used to this. Okay. Well, good morning.
Morning.
Do you have anything like physically on your person, like besides obviously your like framework of your
I
torso?
mean, you notice, like, other than, like, you notice since I integrated the new armor, like, moss and vines grow on him and, like, on his shoulders and, like, around his waist, kind of almost like a halberd. But other than that, not. He has his backpack on. He has the spider backpack.
Oh, okay.
Vanira uses the detective's notebook to cast comprehend languages to see if he can fucking make out what he's saying.
That's even worse than what I do.
Weirdly, the spell doesn't work.
Wow. Bummer.
Kasumi is going to cast a minor illusion of the spider backpack on the floor in front of you.
Oh, crikey, mate. That's a neat little trick.
Go ahead, pick it up.
I don't think I can, but okay. And he reaches down and. I love it.
Oh, I thought you. Never
Vanira
mind. It
uses
wasn't as
thaumaturgy to do
satisfying.
And you just see a little ghostly hand pop up in front of you, like it's looking for a high five.
Mage hand high five.
There's a soft little pixie dust from the mage hands hitting each other. Alrighty.
Right, so. I missed anything yesterday?
Oh, Zahn almost got pulled into a portal because he decided to go fishing in the cart.
He almost got sucked into the sink.
Right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
figured something like that was going to happen.
What?
How the fuck do you figure that?
Well, I'm the one who identified it for him. I know what it did. Just waiting for it to happen.
And you didn't tell us.
Oh, well, he did it
That
by
was going to be funny.
He did it by himself.
It was.
Yeah, I figured he would.
Okay, cool.
So
Okay.
she
He's about
chopped
as
the
over-
line.
Oh, no. Well, he's
She
about
chopped-
He's about as overconfident as a koala in a rainstorm, so I didn't expect him to do anything less.
What's a koala?
I don't know. It's in the book.
Okay.
So she chopped the line as he was trying to yank it back, and he flew across the kitchen, and it was fucking hilarious.
Oh. Better check
Clown
on the
his
rod.
ass.
Where is it? Identify it. See if it's still got any magic left in it.
Well, you
know.
passed him. He went to go upstairs and pout. He didn't laugh at my jokes this morning. Or he didn't yell at me.
He didn't react to the new voice either. I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more
Oh no.
amusing.
Oh.
He's acting weird.
I'm
Well-
gonna go check on him. And he walks
Okay.
back up the stairs.
Okay. So Zahn, you're staying in the top part of the tower, or you?
Yeah, he's just sitting like enough to where he's partially outside, but not completely outside. If that makes any sense.
So you're up in the tower.
Yes.
Okay. Brick, you are very easily able to find him. You go up the spiral, and he's there just kind of watching the landscape go by.
I poke my head out. You all right, mate?
Hmm?
You kind of seem a little bit in the rainstorm today.
Nine, I am fine. What do you want?
Just want to check on you, little buddy.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm going to assume he's grandstanding me. Do I?
I'm not familiar with what this means.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm assuming you're like putting up a barrier to your true feelings.
Don't
Can I kind of sense this?
And you.
You can make an insight check
Okay. Yeah, I wanna roll an insight to
and
see if I can kind of ascertain.
Zahn, you
if
can make
I
a
can-
deception check if you wish.
Is the Warforged capable of sensing emotion?
That's the question. For once, I think he might be able to. That's a natural 20.
Damn, well, that was a dirty 20. Rolled an 18 plus 2.
Well, I will leave it up to you to tell Brick what it is that he kind of senses from Zahn. Even if it's just a general feeling.
It seems very distant. Like his mind just isn't here. Like if you were to open up a picture show of what's going on in Zahn's brain, it probably wouldn't be a picture of the Nightly Kingdoms.
So contemplative.
To a degree, yeah.
So not necessarily angry, but just distracted,
Preoccupied.
lost in thought.
Brick comes up the rest of the stairway and kind of leans on the railing by him. What's wrong, Father?
I am fine. You came up here for a certain reason. What did you need?
I came up here to check on you.
I feel like that is not 100% true.
I mean,
Son points to the radar dishes on his head.
Oh, you were too far away to be able to hear that.
Too far? Oh, no.
They were all
Never
the way
mind.
downstairs in the kitchen. That's 2 floors and a couple walls.
Oh, wow. I keep forgetting how big this fucker is inside.
Yeah.
Never mind. Regardless.
come on. I might be only... How old am I again? I might be less than a year old, but even I can tell something's wrong.
58 days.
Thank you.
Write that 1 second. I gotta write that down.
I might be 2 months old, but even I can tell something's wrong.
Persuasion.
Sorry, I actually haven't kept track of too much how old Brick is, so I need to make sure I do that somewhat. Done. Hold on a second. Okay, well, I did roll it. This is the longest I will have been away from home, and tomorrow is a day that I am usually used to being home.
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the day that I was brought here, or my birthday?
Mm. Brick takes off his ring.
literally like
Yeah.
6 feet away from us. Isn't he?
Pez is just up in the front seat and he's like,
Brick kind of takes off his ring and looks at it. Bez, how many more days we got?
DM.
Make either a nature or a survival check. I'll let you pick.
Oh.
Ugh.
11.
11. The best you can reply with is a couple days.
Couple days.
That kind of real vague Midwestern answer for be a minute.
DM,
Mhm.
would Brick, with his knowledge of the arcane and some of its intricacies, would he believe that having been to Harpermere through not quite having been to Harpermere but not been to Harpermere at the same time, would the ring or any other teleportation spell work? Using
gate
him as a
ring?
guide. Yeah.
Make an Arcana check to see if you can suss this out.
Pretty sus.
15.
15. You're fairly certain that at the very least you would be able to use it to get to Ferns. As that is the only place in that realm that you have seen, you would at the very least get in the approximate area of that location.
Mm-hmm. Can't be used again for 10 days.
Does Zahn see him doing the? You said you pull out. Does Zahn see him doing this?
I pull off the ring and kind of look at it.
I can probably put two and two together. What you are thinking. If the sentiment is nice, it is not needed. Also, Kasumi broke my fishing ring.
I can check on that if you want me to.
Yes, please. Son will hand over the real fishing rod.
All right. Brick's gonna take 10 minutes and check the state of the rod using Identify.
Okay. You take the rod. You stay up there to keep him company, and you your arm splits open, and the arcane runes come about. You're kind of doing all the magical gestures for the 10 minutes it takes, just sort of being there for him, more or less. You complete the spell, and the information of the rod returns to you. It seems to be in perfect working magical order, apart from not having the necessary implements on the end of the line to catch anything.
Okay. I'll just hand it back. Oh, this Sheila's all right. Just needs a hook and a little floaty bit.
That is nice to hear. We'll have to get some in the castle when we arrive.
DM, based off of the sun, I would know which way's north, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna take out the telescope I have
Mhm.
and just point it north and see how far it sees.
Okay. You point it north along the road, and it does extend your ability to see quite a ways, but pretty much all you're able to make out is just a sea of leaves. While you are fairly high up comparatively, on your left towards the north and to the south on your right is just forests. As you are looking through the telescope and you're sweeping around, looking towards the east, make a perception check for me.
Okay. Anybody else got warning bells going off? Perception 21. Thank you.
Towards the east, you see dark clouds. At the very least, they look to be like rain. You look at them for a moment, kind of pan up and down. They don't appear to be heavy storm clouds, just burdened with water. Probably not deadly, but it's going to get wet.
Oh, we got a little bit of rain coming our way. Pez,
You got an issue with getting wet?
Crack.
just making sure you didn't.
Oh, I'm fine. I've been through a monsoon or two.
Alrighty.
But those do exist, yeah.
Says the Floridian that survived me.
For future listeners, Ian just went through
that's me.
Florida.
Brick is gonna put his hand on Zon's shoulder after putting the telescope away.
No touching. Gonna look at your arm, look at your hand.
I don't rightly know what it's actually like to have a family. A mother, a father other than you. But I like to think that everyone in this cart is more or less a weird type of family. At least I hope this is what it's like. So,
Yeah, give it
I'm sorry. So, I'm sorry you can't be with the people who raised you, but I know we'll be happy to celebrate with you.
It's just the word celebrate goes through Zon's head, and he's like,
No.
He just shakes his head. It gets more vigorous as he thinks on it. It's like, no.
I am confused by this, but as you wish.
yeah, that is something that the kids do a little bit more than the adults. You are only very young, so I guess you wouldn't really know any better, but...
What do you usually do for your name day, birthday?
Drinking cannot stand anymore.
What?
Don't suppose we bought any alcohol.
We have the jug. Oh, sorry. I'm trying not to listen in. Focusing on
So Zon will sit there and ponder.
Brick, as a pleasant reminder from the DM, as you were investigating the cart, there were 3 distinct barrels filled with a certain type of liquid that is probably around 200 years old apiece. Just a friendly reminder.
I'm just gonna keep that information to myself right now.
Oh, good shit!
You're welcome.
Thank
Do you want- Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
As well, thank you for letting me know the fishing rod is not destroyed. My anger at Kasumi can subside. Ish. So,
Well, that makes me happier than a crocodile in a feeding pen.
this voice is better than the last one, but you still need work.
Look, I'm trying to find my voice, okay?
I said you still need work. I didn't say it was bad.
Anyway.
You may throw off some people in this country speaking like that, so even more so than me.
Well, that's part of fun, mate.
No, that is true. It is kind of fun walking through the streets. It's the bad guy. Watch out! This big bad man from Rokasine's walking down the streets. Run! Ah!
Feel like you haven't quite got the reaction you were expecting at a couple of places.
Honestly, I don't care one way or the other, but it is fun to see the reactions. Usually they just charge me more money.
I do think you should also work on your bad guy voice, because pitching your voice up a little bit higher is not really that intimidating. Oh, sorry. Road ahead.
Listen here.
Not go to sleep tonight.
Pez, as you refocus your attention back to the road, you see another fairly sizable wagon coming your way, and you've passed a few carrying goods for crossroads and whatnot, but this one's a little different. It's bigger, and the part on the back seems to be sturdier, with iron bars around on all sides.
Looks like we're coming up on a little prison coach.
Zahn will snap his neck around. Prison coaches.
So,
At least I think that's what it is.
Bricken's on there and he hears this. What?
Fuck being depressed. Where's that?
Zahn will stay in the tower, but just watch. Pay attention to what's in the cart if he can so see it. When it comes to
dishes
as the cart starts to go by, if I see the person driving, good eye, mate. Lovely.
I'm gonna
What happened?
broadside him.
So the three of you, if you would like, you can make a perception check to see the contents of the cart.
I am super perceptive, thanks to my perception bonus.
And Kasumi and Vanira, what are you two doing as this is all happening? I haven't spoken to you guys in a minute.
If you'd like.
Kasumi is just still practicing her cantrips
Okay.
and getting a little bit more familiar with like
Vanira's her test subject.
her extent of like what she can do and
Okay.
Vanira's lounging, boobing.
Okay. What did you all roll for your perceptions?
17.
17, 18,
Yeah.
and a 10? Okay. Pez, you were the first to really get a decent look. You see that it's filled with a fair few people on the inside, but you're also a little bit distracted trying to make sure that Cassie doesn't get excited and slam you into the side of him or anything, so you're able to get a parting glance at the ones inside. Brick and Zahn, you look within the cart as you're not having to focus on anything, and you see that there's a fair few people in there, but Zahn, for you, they're not the same sort of people that you were riding with when you were captured. Brick, you've not seen anything quite like this before, but having dealt with bandits in the West and all, none of these seem to be the criminal type. There are some men, but there's women and children, and there's younger adults and much older adults, and they all seem very downtrodden and miserable.
How far away is this cart from us? This is literally like
It's literally like if you had something, you could throw it at them.
Zahn's gonna yell out, "What are you transporting?"
The gentleman on the cart, there's two of them in the seat. One of them is holding a crossbow and is keeping a steady eye on you. And as you speak up, they're already kind of keeping an eye because this is an oddity coming down the road. But the request is simple enough. The one driving kind of leans back and calls over his shoulder as they're passing by. Murderers! All of them! The car continues
Insight.
on. Roll an insight check.
I want to see if he actually believes what he's saying. 19.
19. Yeah, you absolutely believe him. Just the conviction and disgust in his voice, borderlining on disappointment. Because again, inside there are children and elderly, and it just doesn't seem right.
Even Zon's gonna know this. Like, being the person that he is, usually pretty good at picking out the bad guys. Even Zon was like, something seems off about Zakat.
He didn't seem to think he was lying.
Children being called murderers. Even in Roka seem to be done to that.
Can Vanera just like get bored of waiting for Brick and just like what's taking him so long and go and check on him? Let's see with the cart.
At this particular point in time, you would be able to go up into the tower to see Brick, but in the amount of time that it would have taken, the pair of them would have already been turning and looking back towards the west as the cart is heading off. So you would see the cart, you would see the bars and the people that are within, but at this point it's a little too far away to make out specific details.
Okay. Vanera stays in the living room.
Okay. So Vanera kind of pops up and sees the two of you looking out over the thing, and she's like, okay, good, they're not murdering each other, and goes back down to do stuff with Kasumi or whatever she wishes to do.
Something didn't seem right.
It was coming from the direction of the next town, I think, so we will probably find out sooner or later.
Well, that was unsettling. But if you need some more time alone, or do you want some more company up here?
It has started raining.
I was going to say, as you're asking this question, the rain begins to pour. And after a moment, you begin to realize, well, that's why this place is so fucking green.
Von's going to adjust himself so that he is under the...
It has a pretty decent spillway, even if you're leaning on the edge of it. So long as there's not a heavy breeze or anything, the rain would come straight down past you. You'd have to reach your hand out a foot or two to kind of get it underneath and get wet. Pez, on the other hand,
My wet.
it's strange. You are getting wet, but you're not getting as wet as you would assume that you would.
The card has magic anti-rain properties!
Gotta love that Rain-X spell.
Crow flies into it, just...
I have an idea. I'll be back. DM, for reference, I am going to go down into the kitchen and find a metal utensil of some sort.
Spoon
And
utensil.
just something small and that we don't really need. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to try to take that metal and refashion it into a hook at the tinker's table. Just bend it into a hook.
What
Like a
tools
fishing
are you...
hook?
What tools? No, you... Okay, yeah. Make a tinkering check.
Okay. Would this just be...
D20, dex, and your proficiency.
Okay, so +5. 19.
19. It sure isn't pretty, but you were able to get... You got yourself a two-tine fork, and you just sort of chopped off the one half and the handle, so you left the one tine, and you were able to fold that around, and with the other bit that you had chopped off, you folded that into more of a solid loop, and it's not the greatest thing you've ever seen, but it's a hook, and it's sharp.
Perfect. I I don't know what the floaty bit is. I only know what a hook is, so I'm gonna walk back up. Hook.
Well, thank you, Brick. I appreciate the sentiment very much. So Zon's gonna take it and he's gonna put it in one of his pockets that's on his person somewhere.
So, what he has done is he's still leaning against his side. And he goes, "Thank you, Brick," and puts it in a pocket over the edge of the.
No.
No,
On his person.
a wink. Yeah. So you
Then I
give the
get
hook
the
to him.
When I get the string replaced, I will make sure I take use of it.
The string is the line is still there. It has a reel. It just that end of it had come off, and with no weight on it, there's nothing to cast. You could throw it all you want, but there's not enough weight on the end of the line to spool it out and really activate the magic.
Activate the magic. Zon will tie it on there and tie it on, or grab the end of the string, tie it on there, and he'll have to find a
Bobber.
Yes, that one. I was like, I forgot the word.
Brick, you would actually be relatively impressed with this. He has done this for so long and is so practiced that the rod comes out, the hook, and just before you know it, and he's got it on there.
Huh.
But when you travel the seas, you need to learn how to fish.
Fair enough.
And I mean barely even had to look at it, just did it.
I know I'm supposed to be paying attention to the road, but is fishing like catching compies in the dirt?
9.
Okay. Just
Think like, well, you can catch something as small as a compy, or you could catch something the size of, well, a whale.
what's a whale?
Big fish. We make the cod look small.
It's pretty big.
Might have caught something big earlier. We'll never know, though.
Caught.
Because somebody cut my line. I'm not sure. No, I'm not angry about it.
But was it
Kasumi,
a
you're
dirty
downstairs
bowl?
and you sneeze all of a sudden.
Achoo!
Some motherfucker's talking about me.
Bless you.
So a quick snapshot back down in the bottom floor. There's just a pile of stuff that Vanera has brought to be duplicated.
I'm actually gonna head back down as well.
Okay.
Leave Zon to his commemorating.
Do you go all the way down, or are you going into the library again? What are you doing? Or is there anything else anyone wants to do for the rest of the day?
Zon's gonna stare at the rain.
And I'm going to interrupt his contemplation with more tunes by Pez.
Alright, Zon's gonna go down inside.
Aww.
I'm just kidding. I'm gonna stay up there and watch the rain.
Country
While being-
home, take me, Moss, to a place where there's bugs.
Zon's just gonna look at the fishing rod, and it is a blunt object now. It's like 9. Can't part with it yet.
I must not.
No.
Wait. Hold 1 second. Can my
You have the
shenanigans?
silence spell.
My shenanigans can take on greater shenaniganery.
Oh,
That's a
God.
word.
No, it has to be freestanding. Never
I'm
mind.
concerned.
I'm concerned about what spell has the word freestanding in it.
Control water.
Start pelting him in the face with raindrops faster?
Collects
Just
it.
gonna give him a helmet of water for an undisclosed period of time.
That's not how that works.
Can I spare the dying on myself?
How many more-
Stop it.
How many more days of travel do we have left?
If you would like to go and make an investigation check on the map, you can try.
Sure.
Vanera needs to tinkle, but Vanera will still hear you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was like, I don't know if we have a bathroom in this thing.
But I would hope so.
Open the door.
There's no bathroom.
There's an outhouse just hanging off the back of it.
It's called a tree, and you just passed it, and you just passed it, and you just passed it.
You said investigation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Like a
I don't trust the
tourism
cat
bus.
next to me, so I'm gonna roll on here.
Greyhound.
13.
A 13. You're doing your best to kind of judge where the beetle is marking and where Mailglen is, and you're looking over at the legend. Maybe day and a half, 2 days, depending on if the rain keeps up and if mud maybe kind of gets in the way.
Somebody's in the bathroom.
Veneer's outhouse was occupied.
Oh.
Brick's gonna make his way downstairs to Veneer and Kasumi.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone, we got a new mission.
Veneer is a little on edge right now. I'm kidding.
What?
We gotta throw a fucking rager.
I'm sorry, a what?
Fucking what?
I don't know what it means, but I think it means a lot of drinking.
Why?
Oh, this is Zon's birthday tomorrow, and he's
Oh.
homesick.
Oh,
Zon's birthday. How old do you think he is?
Older than me.
can I insight that?
Insight
Can
what?
I insight how old he is?
I'm gonna say no for the sheer fact
Damn it.
that none of you have really talked about this before, so you don't really have a baseline.
Well, I mean,
You've
looking
also-
at him,
You've
hearing
also
him.
never seen anything like him. Like, he's
I'm
literally
one
the
of a
first one of him
kind.
that you've seen.
give Veneer a best guess. Does she know the age of bunnies? No.
Ow,
All right.
get off, you little
They
jerk.
usually die by like 8.
Zon's actually 2, and we don't.
I'm just gonna guess. Just based off of Zon's personality. I'm gonna say since he could be very angry and irate, but also somewhat childish at the same time. I'm gonna say he's a bit over middle-aged.
What is middle-aged?
Well, can you hear us?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking this to me. My bad. Sorry.
No. Kasumi just says a bit over middle-aged.
It might be. Doesn't really matter. We just gotta throw him a party.
He wants a party?
He does not want a party. Well, not really, but we're gonna throw him one anyway because fuck it.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Because
Okay.
according to him, he doesn't really celebrate. He just gets really roaring drunk. And I happen to know we have 2 or 3 barrels of really good stuff on the back of this cart that we can use to get him fucking drunk.
Okay, so drinking for a birthday, that's interesting.
I mean,
I mean, we could try to cook something.
Do we have anything?
That's a great question. Does this have a pantry? I think we have like general rations.
I walk
potentially.
over and like flick the thing to the pantry and open it up. Did we restock the pantry?
Some of the money that you gave to Fern was to resupply your food rations. While you don't have necessarily like bakery quality goods, you've got meats, you've got cheeses, you have a few things of bread. You have stuff to make some pretty decent meals. Vegetables and for stews and all, oats for like breakfast oatmeal, things of that nature. Not necessarily something terribly extravagant. You wouldn't have like milk and eggs to really bake anything, if that's what you're getting at.
Oh, we could go to Fern's and see if he could bake something.
what's this
Sounds good
glass
to me.
panel that says break in case of birthday? No, I'm kidding.
That's a
It's a
window.
bomb.
It's like the
Damn it, minor
spaceship-
illusion.
It's like the spaceship from Thor Ragnarok. Fireworks just go off. It's my birthday.
I'm all in favor of visiting Fern.
Okay, we could do that tomorrow and see what they could whip up. Did he say he wanted anything to eat in particular?
Want to remind you, he actually said he didn't want anything, but we're gonna do it anyway. And no, all he said is for his birthday he usually gets blackout drunk.
Okay,
Good plan.
cool.
Good plan. Great plan.
Good plan.
Why? His birthday's tomorrow, so I assume we do it when we stop tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
Brick, I am
Go
very
ahead.
mad that you didn't tell us this earlier.
I just found out.
Still mad?
How was I supposed to tell you something I didn't know?
No better. He's your father.
Damn. Get birthday shamed.
Walk back upstairs and like this. I'm just gonna like stomp up the stairs like.
You're acting just like your father.
Alrighty. Anything else you all wish to do?
I go back to playing with illusions. Mwah. Mwah.
Actually, what time of day is it?
It's a little hard to tell, especially with the storm or the rain clouds being overhead. It could be around midday, it could be early afternoon. It's kind of hard to tell. The clouds are fairly dark.
If you only knew somebody who's used to traveling in storms in the ocean.
Actually, I'm actually gonna go ahead and go over to Fern's door and flick, flick, flick. Whoop.
Okay. Kasumi, you being downstairs, you see him flick it, open it up. As he walks through, he leaves that weird flat projection behind right in the doorway as you see him walk down the hallway and go through the door.
Okay. Well, she's gonna just kind of meander her way over there. She's already in her comfy kimono with slippers, but she's gonna meander her way into there.
So
With
you're
little
gonna go
bunny
after him.
slippers.
No bunny slippers.
Damn.
So the two of you go in. Brick, you're the first to go through. You walk right up to the door, open it. The little bell jingles, and after a moment, you hear Emma go, "Ooh, Fern! The Tempests are back!" And you hear a "Whoo!" and a bit of a clatter coming from down the hallway, and you hear the of footsteps coming up to the storeroom door, and goes, "Well, hello there, Brick. Good to see you again, lad." That's new.
Trying something new. What do you think?
Little weird, but I like it.
Alrighty then.
Well,
Welcome,
what can I
mate.
do for you?
Well, we just found out one of our own has a birthday tomorrow. He ain't too keen on celebrating, but we're gonna do it anyway because we love him. And we were wondering if you could whip something up for us, food-wise. We got the alcohol covered.
Kasumi.
Hello, Fern. She's wiggling up.
Well,
Shimmy.
right. Well, let's see. You say you've got the alcohol covered, so we're not going to worry about that. He's a rocusing fellow. Aye? Don't they usually sort of focus in on meats?
You know more than we do.
So I've heard.
This wagon's really fucking loud. Well, I'd say just cook 'em up a bunch of meat.
We
I
ain't
mean, I
really
did
got
pay
lot
for
of
quite a bit. Did you get any?
Well, yeah, do you have any good spices?
Depends. What you looking for?
I assume rocusing spices.
What? I'll be honest, I haven't been to Rokusin before, so I'm not really sure what they use. Hot, spicy, sweet?
Um,
Mm.
what do you know what meats they prefer and how they prefer to be cooked?
Starts off bloody, put it over fire.
Great. Thanks.
I've never been. I've only heard the rumors. They either eat them
Well-
bloody or they cook them over a fire.
I just figured you seem to travel quite a bit.
Not as much as I used to.
Fair enough. DM, remind me, what kind of alcoholic drinks are in the kegs? What are they?
Isn't
Are
it
they
meat?
beer, ale, mead?
You should have written this down.
Yeah.
I don't know where. Because I'm a terrible note taker. I'm sorry.
Whiskey, beer, and ale.
Whiskey, beer, and ale. Okay. Hmm. That's not right.
Sir DM, you were right. This is putting me to sleep.
Sorry. I just saw.
Oh, there it is.
I
Whiskey,
just saw
beer,
what
and
Nim
ale.
said in chat.
What? Oh, never poop on the bus. Okay. We have whiskey, beer, and ale. Wouldn't happen to have any mead, would you?
Mead. I don't think I have any. Could possibly get some. Bit expensive though. Not something fancied around here. If you sort of understand. Bit touchy in Harpermere.
That is a Rokasane drink, right?
Aye. Yeah.
Well, if you happen to find any tomorrow, or later today, and you can procure it, probably about how much would that run us?
How good are you looking? Because there's cheap
Uh,
knockoff. There's the actual stuff.
I assume anything less than the actual stuff would be a bit insulting.
Let's put it at an even. Honestly, it'd probably be somewhere between 50 and 100 gold pieces.
Ooh.
It's sort of hazard pay, you see. Gotta get there and get back.
That makes sense.
I look at Kasumi. I can swing that, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, if you are able to procure any, we'll happily take it off your hands.
Let me see what I can do. Keep an ear out for the bird.
Righto.
Anything else before I head out? Trying to beat the rain.
I think that's
Look at,
it.
yeah.
I
I think we got everything else covered.
meat.
You did stock us up.
Is there usually anything else served on the tables that you might know of? I know you said you don't know a lot, but it's just meat. Do they just eat a plate full of meat?
I mean, it's cold. I assume they have stews. So,
Stews.
meat, potatoes, carrots,
Oh,
vegetables.
could make that
Believe you
work.
loaded us up with most of that.
You should have. If you didn't, I'll be having words with the fella in Crossroads.
We'll be right, mate. We'll be right.
Have Kip cook up some rat meat. No.
Well, thank you very
Or you
much.
kind of dig a pinky in your like speaker. What the fuck?
I always feel like somebody's watching me. All right, then we'll let you get on with the rest of your day. Thank you very much. We'll be looking out for the kookaburra.
Very well. Good luck. Safe travels.
Thank you, thank you. We should be here in a couple of days.
Look forward to it.
Have a nice day. walk back.
Kind of bows to you all as you all leave and goes on. You hear him talking to Emma in the other room. So the two of you head back into the cart. Your flat images disappear as you pass on through. Is there anything you wish to do for the rest of the day?
No, I'll just let Pez know to stop a little early. Well, if Zon ever comes down or whenever Pez parks, I'll take him aside and tell him to park a little early tomorrow, preferably by a tree or any downed logs he sees that we can pick up and make a bonfire out of.
Alrighty.
Sure.
Eventually, the light fades a little bit earlier than usual because of the rain clouds. So eventually, you will have to come to a stop. As soon as Cassie is released from her harness, she begins to stomp in the puddles and roll around and seems to just be having a grand old time in the rain. Doesn't seem to be uncomfortable whatsoever.
I want Hamburger to join her.
Okay, so as soon as you're done setting her loose, and she begins. And again, this is a giant fucking parasaur just stomping around. When she flops on the side like a cat, like the ground shakes. And Pez, you feel like you almost like hop like half an inch off the ground from it. Hamburger is just kind of standing on the the yoke that she had been harnessed to, and kind of looks at you, and you go, "Go on." And Hamburger just like. Just takes off after and just like penguin slides in the mud and just romping around, having a good old time. Is there anything you all wish to do? Take your watches?
I'll take last watch.
Don's gonna sleep.
Vanira takes first watch. Oh, true.
Sorry. Who, what, there? Kasumi?
Kasumi can take a watch. Doesn't matter which one, though.
And you said Vanira would take one, or?
If there's 3 watches, then yeah, I can take either watch, first or middle.
Paz, are you joining on any?
I'll take the third, but I'm going to tinker more.
Okay. So, the first watch being Vanira, where would you like to take your watch, as the rain is still very steadily pouring?
Can I make a nature check to decide where would be best to see further in rain?
Actually, hang on.
Also,
just a second.
Question, DM. The telescope tower has a little roof on it, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Loud typing.
Oh. Vanira will plant herself in the tower. Okay.
All right. Make a perception check for me, please.
She's not checking her nails this time. Goddamn. That will be a 22.
22. For the first little bit of your watch, you see Cassie and Hamburger playing around in the rain and the mud. Eventually, Hamburger would come back into the house and doesn't wipe his feet. Cassie, on the other hand, spends quite a bit of time grazing and just relaxing. But eventually, she will kind of go and curl up towards the front of the wagon where she usually sleeps. Otherwise, it's just a very pleasant, very calm, rainy night.
Okay.
It's very dark. Even the light given off by the hovering fireflies is not revealing as much as they usually do.
Boring night. I go and pat Kasumi, wake her up.
Okay.
Okay. So, is there anything you wish to do during your watch, or where are you taking it?
She's gonna be up in the tower as well. Are there any containers or like small little chests up there? Anything with like tiny locks?
Up in the tower? No.
Uh-huh.
It's basically just stairs up to a 3/4 platform, and you've just got the low wall of the tower reaches up and just gives you some general cover.
Okay. Yeah, she's just gonna kind of take it easy and play with her dancing lights a little bit while she's up in the tower, just juggle them.
Okay, make a perception check for me, please.
Okay. That's a natural one.
A natural 1. Okay.
Oh no.
So, as you were up there, you're distracted, playing with your dancing lights, just kind of having fun, enjoying the sereneness of the rain. The night goes on. Nothing much seems to be happening. There's not nearly as much travel as there was the night before, probably because of the rain. And as it's getting more towards the end of your watch, you feel a heavy hand on your shoulder. And then you feel a pull. And where you had had your dancing lights up in the tower, you are now cartwheeling out of the tower through the air to the ground below.
Oh, she's gonna let out a shriek.
And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh no!
We will be right back after bathroom break and snacks. Stay tuned!
Let's go.
And welcome back. So, when we left off just a short few minutes ago, Kasumi during her watch was completely distracted playing with her spells as she had been the entire point of the day up until that point, when a large hand grabbed hold of her and threw her out of the tower onto the ground. Kasumi, make a dexterity save to see if you
Splat.
splat.
That would be a 27.
A 27.
Ooh.
I'm not even going to roll that dice. You go cartwheeling through the air, but your instincts take over, and you land, but it's muddy and it's gross, and you're just kind of mad. Do you have dark vision, by the way?
Yes. I have superior dark.
Superior dark vision.
Fancy.
Fancy. Okay then. So as you land, you do see up in the tower is a figure. It's a little hard to make out even with your dark vision because of the rain. But as you're looking up at it, you hear from your left side heavy footsteps thumping towards you. Let's see. Does a 20 hit?
Yup.
Okay. So, before you're able to fully react, you hear the thumping footsteps, and a large shadow comes towards you. And it's, at first you think it's just a big human, but then you see that the face is oddly shaped. It has a snout and tusks coming from the upper lip. And as it's thumping towards you, it turns its head, shoves its shoulder forward, and just slams into you. And you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are knocked prone by this creature that just keeps running right on past you and seems to be having trouble stopping in the mud. It takes a few more steps, and it sort of slips in place.
What was the damage on that again?
That was 7 bludgeoning.
7.
Yes.
I'd like to uncanny dodge it
Fair
if
enough.
possible.
Yeah.
So how many points is that? Is that 4?
That would be half, so 3.
Okay.
Okay, so Kasumi shouted as she was thrown. I need everyone else to make perception checks.
Question:
Brick.
How far was this into her watch?
It was a little towards the end of her watch.
Okay, so I would have already been awake and making my way up because I wake up a little earlier, or no?
I was
Roll
the
a
second
perception
watch.
check. Well, I need everyone to roll a perception check. For Brick, I'll let you do it with advantage since you were in the process. But everyone else is going
21.
from a 21. Okay, so Pez hears the shout.
22.
You hear the shout.
16.
Hold on, I made a note here somewhere. Vanera is sleeping.
Right.
Zon,
25.
you also hear the shout. However, I will say that in this, we'll say that Vanera is not going to be in this particular turn, but as everyone else wakes up and starts moving, then that noise would wake you up. So Vanera will be one turn behind on this.
Okay.
So with that being said, let's change the ambiance here. We're gonna get rid of the fairy picnic music. And
Ambience.
what?
Ambience.
Oh, the ambience. I need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative on this, and we'll just skip Vanera's go around for it.
I got a fucking natural 20.
But you're gone
For
for
a
a
22
round.
I
What
go
dice do
last
wanna
this round.
use?
I did get a 19.
Let's go
The
with
highest I
this
think
one.
I've ever rolled on initiative.
Damn you.
Okay, so Kasumi there. Alright. Sorry, I'm getting some extra things set up here.
You're good.
Alrighty, so we will bring everyone here, and we'll go on into the combat screen. So, let me get everyone selected.
Oh, that
Ah.
creature is not what I was thinking it was.
All right, so what did everybody roll? Zon, what did you roll?
19.
19. Pez, what did you roll?
23.
23.
Good roll.
All right. And Venero, yours was a natural 20, but what was the total?
22.
22. So upset. God, you guys are rolling high. Brick, what'd you roll?
19.
19. And Kasumi,
16.
16. Well, goddamn!
Damn, you guys are rolling high. I rolled a natural 20 on initiative where I'm asleep around. Fuck you, sir.
All right. So, with that being said, Pez, you are up first, sir. Where were you sleeping? Would you be in the guest room in Pez pose?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So anyone that is inside the wagon to get outside would take to get to the door would take you at least your whole movement if you are asleep on the top floor, to keep that in mind.
Okay,
So-
well, I'm sorry. Out.
So, Brick, it would take you at least a full turn of movement to get downstairs. Pez, you as well. Venera, I believe, sleeps in the master bedroom with Kasumi, usually. Kasumi's already down there, so she doesn't need to take a turn to get downstairs. Zon?
I was sleeping in the right in front of the big bay window.
Okay, so
I don't really have a
It
bedroom.
would be about half your movement to get outside. So just for the record of doing that. So,
Okay.
Pez, it is your go.
I would like to go up to the tower.
Going up to the tower. Okay, I would say that would take half of your movement.
All right.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
what do my cobalt eyes see?
Well, As you poke your head up to the tower, you see a very fuzzy wolf-like creature clutching onto the edge with one hand and is looking down to where they had thrown Kasumi and is just growling in that general direction.
Goodbye.
I am going to. It looks aggressive, right?
It does not look happy.
Okay. Just making sure. I'm going to use my shotgun at point blank range.
Oh my.
We're awake before, you will be now.
Is it hot in here?
Fucking wakey, eggs and bakey. Jesus. Which you said was a shotgun that you were
RNC.
using? Okay.
RNC shotgun.
Okay. Roll your attack.
12.
12? 12 just hits.
Canonically, this is what wakes Vanera up. Fucking hell's woke with shells.
In the middle of Vanera's dream, she hears a little plap, plap, plap of kobold feet, and it's just Pez running around with Hamburger, and then Kakoosh! Hamburger exploded. Nightmare over. Roll your
9
damage, please. Sorry, hang on. I need to turn down the music for myself a little bit. The rain is quite intense. Okay, how much damage?
9.
9!
9.
9. Okay. So as you your shotgun, well, actually it's a double barrel, so you wouldn't chuck it. You blast away, and you see it visually recoil from the blast, and it whips its head around, and it's hackles and teeth, and it's just growling at you.
I'm in danger.
Hey, Mario.
And Skippy.
Is that it for your turn, sir?
That's it for Pez. I assume Hamburger was, right up on me.
Yeah, Hamburger would have gotten up when you got up. Like that dog that you're like, no, just stay asleep, I promise, I'm just going to the bathroom, I'll be right back. Hamburger's on your ass.
Hamburger.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't put Hamburger on the board. I am so sorry.
I actually
Yeah,
thought
I
the
know,
creature on
just
top of the cart was him at first. I'm like, that's a new model.
Nope, there he is.
I'm going to let the little shit do his thing.
All right, do his thing. So making attack at the wolf creature.
Trying to nibble off his hand.
All right, roll your attack.
Hamburger's also a service animal.
Heard we're having Chinese tonight.
I think you mispronounced murderous animal.
9 plus 4 is 13.
13 hits.
So 1d6 plus 2. I'm gonna roll this physically. Ooh. 2 plus 2 is 4.
2 plus 2 is 4.
Minus 1 dice.
Hamburger comes flying up, feathers and teeth from behind you on the tower stairwell, jumps out, latches on to this wolf creature, and begins clawing and biting. But doesn't seem to be having any effect, and the wolf creature just sort of shakes its arm to dislodge Hamburger.
He's gonna claw at him because he has multi-attack
Okay, roll your attack.
and use pack tactics because I forgot he could do that.
Okay.
So, I mean, the first one will hit at a 14, but the first one will hit at a 14.
Okay, roll your damage.
1d4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 is 6 damage.
Okay. Hamburger gets tossed aside by it, but is totally unfazed. Jumps back up and claws at it with its toe talons, and again the creature just bats it away, seemingly unfazed.
Yeah.
So that brings us to Venera's turn, who just now wakes up from the shotgun blast. So that actually gets us to Zahn with Brick on deck. Yeah, Venera's like, what the fuck?
PM, I can't actually see. Can you just put me at the door?
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Yep. So you are right there at the doorway. This is the best wagon that I could get at the point in time.
You're fine.
Yeah. It's frustrating. I hate it.
What can I see? Because I can obviously see it. I didn't know if...
Well, so you do not have dark vision, but the creature is standing with the light on the interior is spilling through the windows, and you are able to see it. It is currently sort of slipping and trying to keep its footing in the mud. It is very large, very rotund in the belly area, but it appears to be all muscle. And it has what looks to be a boar's face. It has a long snout with the tusks coming out from underneath the top part of the jaw. It is not wearing anything over its chest, but it does seem to have shoulder pauldrons on it. And
Boar
it appears...
made an appearance?
Sorry?
Boar made an appearance?
Shut up, you.
Damn.
But it does seem to be turning back around towards Kasumi, who is sort of in shadow, but there's enough light outside you can see her laying flat on her back in the grass.
Zahn's gonna put himself in between point A, point B, and look up, look back at the boar, raise his hand, and you're just gonna hear a crack of lightning as a bolt of lightning strikes behind him. I need him to make a... Sorry, I actually don't
one
remember
second
what-
before you finish that.
Okay.
Let's see. A 15 doesn't hit you, does it?
No, sir, it does not.
Okay. As you come out and run past Kasumi, you feel as if something went past you, and you hear two thuds against the house behind, but you're more focused on the boar as you call down your lightning. What save does he need to make?
He needs to make a dex saving throw. And I'm going to go ahead and blow one of my divinities.
Well, I'm going to assume that a 6 does not succeed.
It does not, as a bolted lightning comes down, striking him straight in the head for 60 damage.
Okay, understood.
So, DM, it is normally 50, but it is technically storming, so what I assume it does the extra 1d10 for storming? Or is it not raining anymore? If it's not, it's 50.
Hang on.
You're good.
What spell was this?
Call lightning. Yeah, up at the very top. It's cast outdoors in stormy conditions. It gets an additional d10.
It's
but-
not technically storming, it is just raining.
It's gonna be 50 straight damage then.
Okay. Okay. So there is a bright flash of light. Pez, you are momentarily blind as this bright bolt of lightning comes striking down and just hits the ground over the edge of the wagon. Thankfully, the creature is between you and the lightning, so it's like your peripheral are kind of blown out of proportion, but that wasn't exactly very pleasant.
Nope. I hate it.
Okay, does Zahn, is that it for your turn?
That is, and I actually typed it. Just remember that resistances don't work against Zahn for lightning damage.
I'm aware. Keep your knickers on.
I'm trying to remember myself. Thank you very much. I'm doing this
All right.
for both of us.
That brings us to Brick then. Kasumi, you are on deck.
Okay, so is it alright if I say Brick was on his way, like
Yes,
walking
I
on
would
the
say that if
second
you were
floor up?
going, you're going to the top floor.
Yeah, because he knows that's where Kasumi was, because he was
Okay.
going to relieve her. And he just hears,
I would say,
as Pez past him.
yeah, you stood there for a second and was like, what the fuck was that? Up the stairs. I would say, because you were already on the way, 10 feet of your movement would be used to get to the top of the tower.
All right, I pop up to the top of the tower. I see the werewolf. Don't
Yeah,
keep.
you see Pez sitting there like,
So, I see the werewolf. Do I see Kasumi? I look around real quick for her because I don't see her up here.
do you have dark vision?
I don't.
Then no. You were also currently distracted by the fact that Pez is there with a wolf-like creature.
Okay, second question. Do I know what this is? And do I know anything about it? Remember, scrolling through the Rolodex.
Yeah, make a
needs to be
history
bonus action,
check
that's fine.
at disadvantage because it's very, very quick.
Okay, history check, disadvantage.
Oh, Nikolai.
Please don't be any worse than that. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. That was weird. Okay. History. Where are you? Was it 15?
15?
Yeah, 7 and 8. 7 plus 8.
It's weird because it's not in your old memory banks. It's in your new ones from when you've been reading. And your
Oh?
first thought is, well, I thought these were a myth.
Do I know anything about it? Like any
You
thing
know,
off the top of my head?
Yeah, with that roll, I would say you know that this appears to be a werewolf of sorts. And you also know that there are very special conditions for which it can actually take damage.
Okay. Try not to metagame here.
Right.
So I would know that. Again, try not to metagame.
Game.
Okay, can I shout that to everyone as I pull out my greatsword?
You may.
Okay, yeah. Magic and magic weapons only, and I'll just swing at him.
Okay, roll an attack.
8 plus 9, so 17.
17 hits.
All right. I'll go ahead and make the second roll as well. 8 plus 9 again.
Okay, that hits.
It's 10 plus 5, so 15 for this first strike, as he just wildly swings kind of shoulder level. And 15 again, as he whips it and goes for the neck.
Well, goddamn! Okay. As you swing the second time, the force of your swings and the kind of rattling that it had received from Pez's shotgun on top of the wet roof, he does fall from the top of the tower and tumbles on down to the ground, suffering another 1 point of bludgeoning damage. So he is now...
Muddy head.
Okay.
So that
At this
was
point, I'm
10
gonna-
of your movement, both of your attacks.
I'm going to... I can't do it this turn, but I'm going to prepare to next turn. I'm going to run over to the edge and kind of try to look in the dark for Kasumi.
Okay, so this is
Based
it for
on
your
where
turn.
I think I heard her.
So that does it for your current turn.
Yeah, I'm just going to run to the edge where I think I heard her.
Okay, got it. That brings us back to Le Boar. So, the boar is going to turn back around and looking at Zahn, who just struck with lightning, it will snort, pull out a large maul from the band around its waist, and it's going to make 2 attacks at you. That is going to be a 19.
Meets it, beats it. So that one beats it.
Then the other one does not. That was an 18. So, and I know what you're gonna say. Just let me fucking roll my rolls first.
I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not even. You know what I'm gonna ask, so I'm just gonna let you do your thing first.
That is going to be 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and it needs to make a dex.
Is it a dex saving throw?
Okay, that is going to be a 19.
So he passes it, but he's still gonna take damage.
Right.
He's going to take 4 damage.
Ouchie pouchy. As some of the residual lightning from your fingertips, as he strikes you with the maul, it arcs up through the metal and through the water that's over it into his arm, and you see him kind of like just a little bit.
He's also
Restart
good.
his
Is he a large creature? Medium creature or small creature?
Medium.
He gets thrown back 10 feet.
Skirt. Alrighty. And there's no save for that, correct? Because he
Nope,
did
it's just-
succeed.
If he takes lightning damage, I can choose to push him back 10 feet.
Okay, fair
Or
enough.
thunder damage, but
That brings us to Kasumi. Pez, you are on deck.
Okay, so the
You
one...
are currently prone.
Okay, I'm gonna use half my movement to get up. And the one
get up, get down.
that hit me, that's the one that just got pushed back, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do I see any other immediate threats within 5 feet of me?
Within 5 feet of you? No.
But I see the guy that just fell down.
You would have heard him fall because there was a very heavy wet thud, and your first thought was like, oh no, someone else, and then you look over and go, ha!
Okay. She's gonna come right up on this guy.
Okay,
Which, if I remember how to move.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. And she is gonna bonus action activate her dress of defense.
Well, now, let me ask you this, because when you were going to visit Fern, you said that you were just in your comfy kimono. Would you have re-equipped your armor?
I don't know.
Because I will leave this up to your interpretation of your character. As you were going to take watch, would you have put your armor back on?
I mean, if she's taking watch, Kirsten as a player would say yes, because it makes sense, because shit can go down.
Then I'll allow it.
Okay. I mean, because it is a dress.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying, but if
I
that is
know.
what you feel that Kasumi would do if she were taking watch and defend herself, then yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Kirsten as a D&D player would say yes.
Okay.
Naturally, I just don't voice it.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to activate the dress for her bonus action. So I'll go ahead and add that back in. Whoop, whoop. 3. And then she is within 30 feet of Zon, so she still has the friendship bracelet bonus.
Aw.
No, friendship.
And then she is going to attack the one that fell with Basaito.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Is he prone currently?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just a normal roll?
Oh no, that's advantage.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a melee attack against a prone target. That is at advantage.
Okay, well let's just roll with advantage and D&D Beyond, see what we get. Thank goodness for advantage. It's a 22.
22 hits.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, so no, I would not get sneak attack because we don't have anyone else within 5 feet of it, correct?
Correct, but you have advantage, which would give you sneak attack.
That's right.
Gotta
Okay.
read your rules.
I know. I was just trying to read it in the
that one is a little tricky to wrap your head around. But yes,
Okay.
because you have advantage, you do have sneak attack.
Which I don't get advantage often. 11 points of piercing damage for just the
Oof.
standard. Bastaito damage. And then my sneak attack is okay. That's an extra 17 points of damage.
Sexy damage.
Okay. Jesus. So yeah, you come up to this creature that's flat on its back after a shotgun round, a couple slashing yelps from above, and then the thud, and you're just like, straight into its chest. You hear a yelp and a gurgling, bubbling of blood comes up from the mouth. It goes still, and the fur begins to fall off. The face begins to shrink back into a more humanoid form. It's a little hard to make out the details because it is in a bit of shadow.
Ew.
Yeah. Yep.
That's my turn.
Okay. Well, it is now their turn. So, as you plunge...
Hey, meow!
As you plunge the sword into this creature, you hear a meow in the distance. Which actually you do hear multiple roars and howls as you stand over the corpse of this creature. Let's see here.
Give me that.
No, Mom, I'm rolling the dice.
Get it.
From the side, you see another wolf creature sprinting through the darkness. You get, with your dark vision, you're able to see it coming. Those who don't have it, there is a brief flash as it passes through the light of one of the windows, and it rushes right up to you, and it is gonna go and... Where'd it go? It is going to claw at you.
At me?
At you. Let's see. Alright, that is going to be a 23 to hit.
Yes.
And whoop. That is 7 points of slashing damage to you.
I would like to uncanny dodge, please.
Actually, sorry, that's going to be 9 points of slashing damage, so that brings it to 4.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. So that is there. That one is dead. Okay. From the woods, you hear another growl, a howling noise, but it sounds different from the wolves that you had hit before. Let's see. Zon.
Oh no.
That is going to be a 19 and a 21.
So both hit.
Okay. Let's see. I need you, and I need you. As from the darkness, you hear it more than you're able to see it, but you are suddenly struck with 2 arrow bolts, dealing 9 points of piercing damage and 5 points of piercing damage, as you just feel thump thump right into your chest from the darkness. Righty. And after that, you all hear a much louder, ferocious roar as Zon, you see coming into the light a large bear-like creature sprinting straight towards you. And it is going to attack you twice, once with its open hand claw, and in its other hand is a large great axe.
Oh boy.
That is a natural 20
Okay.
and a 28.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
First they both hit.
Are we in a new round? Like, are we at the top of the round now, or is this
No,
still in the same one?
this is the same round.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zop. I'm
You
sorry.
left me all alone.
No.
You ran from me.
All right.
I was
So,
tell that crit to fuck off.
oh no. So the claw attack is going to be is 20 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And the great axe that got the crit is going to be 22 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Okay. So that brings us back to the top of the round, which would be Pez. Vanera is on deck.
All right. So,
Rise and shine.
will I be able to see where those bolts came from? Like, did it come from the bear?
Make a You have dark vision, correct?
Yep.
Okay, make a perception check, please.
24.
24. It did not come from the bear. It came further off into the woods to the roughly around this general direction.
And I don't see nothing over there, do I?
No, not at the moment.
That is within 60 feet of my dark vision, but
I am aware.
let us see. I wish I had a bomb.
A bomb?
Yep.
All right.
Well, seeing that the bear is kind of scary, and also hearing that, hey, use some magic. I'm gonna use some magic.
Okay. What kind of magic are you using?
I'm a scorching ray that bitch.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, you were scorching ray the bear?
The bear.
Okay. That's a save on my end?
I don't know.
It's an
Thanks,
attack roll.
buddy. Let's see.
It's an attack roll.
Come here,
Okay,
Nikolai.
roll your attack.
24 to hit.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that hits.
I would hope
That
so.
hits.
Just making sure.
I just had to check.
2d6. No, that was stupid. 3 damage.
3 damage.
Yay.
Hey, damage is damage. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn, sir?
Wait. You create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range. You can hurl them at one target or at several. Oh,
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
to do that 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 3.
well, hell, I'm just gonna keep
Just blast all 3 at
hammering
him?
that. Yep.
Okay, 2 more attack rolls then.
9 damage. There we go.
Wait, you roll those attacks individually, I thought.
You
no?
have to roll each one individually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Each.
So we'll hold on to
Yeah,
that 9
right.
damage if you're able to hit.
Nope, that's a miss.
What is it?
10.
10 doesn't hit. Sorry.
19.
19 does hit. So that's 9 more damage.
Yep.
Cool. So from up in the tower, you just see as 3 bolts of fire come streaking down past Zahn. Zahn, you're able to hear them with your ears, and you kind of like dodge one out of the way, dodge the other out of the way, both go out of the way, just as they streaking over your head to the 2 of them that are able to hit it. The other one lands into the wet grass and just sort of fizzles and makes a little bit of steam. Anything else, good sir?
Bonus action. I'm going to take the little bumblebee that I was playing with the night before and do a little funny stuff and turn it into an eldritch cannon.
Huh?
Okay, let me see here.
It's a bonus action.
You can take an action.
So why is it under bonus action?
Let me see. Create Eldritch Cannon is under action for me.
Oh. Penis.
So you wouldn't be able to do it this turn.
Alright, well, that's what I'll do next turn, I guess.
Okay, sorry about that.
He's okay.
That would bring us to Vanera with Zahn on deck.
I do it.
You do it?
So. Takes my movement to get outside.
It would take your movement to get into the doorway. So you would basically be in the doorway and be able to see just this side of the wagon. Probably
So
right
I
about,
can
right about,
see.
yeah. Oops, sorry.
Alright. That is terrible cones of vision for
Sorry,
me.
there you go. That's where I meant. That's where I meant to have you.
I'm gonna see this smoking one to the left here. And I am going to cast where is it? Sorry, she has a lot of spells.
Yeah, she's kind of loaded.
Guiding Bolt at
Oh.
3rd level.
Okay, roll your attack.
That cast it? It did not. 13 to hit.
On the 13 hits.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
So it'll be 66 damage.
He chunky boy.
Sick.
He's not wearing a lot of armor, but he chunky.
And
I like 'em big.
13.
I like 'em
chunky.
16 and 4.
16 and 4.
17 and 5. No,
Oh, sorry.
I'm counting for myself. Ah, fuck.
16 and 4,
16 and
17 and
4.
5.
17 and 5, and then the last one was a 5 for 22 in 6 days. 22.
Damn, nice. Good shot. So he's
so-
glowing like a fucking beacon.
Yes, thanks to the mystical dim light. Next attack on it gets advantage.
Is the werewolf?
No, it's the
This
boar.
is the smoking one.
It's this
okay.
guy.
Yeah, the smoking boar that Zach
I
struck
gotcha.
lightning.
Give we'll put that on it. It's frozen tag, but fuck it, I don't care. It's an icon. Get over it.
And
Gotcha.
then I would like to bonus action cast Healing Word on Zahn and be like, fuck. That is my healing word.
Well, you cast a spell which takes
I
your
can't do that.
right. Yeah, unfortunately not.
Bonus action. Yep. Next.
I mean, fuck, you did 22 points of damage. God damn.
We'll take that.
Okay, that brings us to Zahn with Brick on deck.
Taking a few hits from Bear and Thing that can't see arrows. Zana's not happy. This is not a way he wants to spend his birthday. He can look at Big Bear, brandish Great Sword of Doom, and hit him with Storm Strike at 4th level.
Jesus. Okay.
And he's just gonna use Channel Divinity to smack him in the face for 60 damage.
Oh,
You have to roll to hit.
Oh, plus 9? That'll be an 18.
Yeah, 18 hits. Okay. You don't just get free damage. You have to work at least a little bit for it.
I'm thinking of
I know you're
Lightning
mad!
as a save kind of thing. I was actually expecting you to roll, then I'm like, oh, that's right, it's me.
Yeah. So just straight up 60 damage.
Straight up 60 damage.
Okay. Cool beans.
And, just gonna brace for the next attack, I guess.
Haha! That brings us to Brick then. Kasumi, you are on deck.
Seeing that both squishy girls are now on the field and I can see them at this point, yes? Your fist.
Yeah, once you get out of the tower with like 5 feet of movement, you're able to get to the edge and be like, hello.
Squeeze.
Do you have a letter?
How'd you get up there? I do know. Hollow armor on both of them. I'll give, since Kasumi is probably going to be toe to toe with this guy for a bit, I'm going to give her the extra D6, I think it is, because I have 5D6, I think, right now.
Okay.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know what that
It's,
does.
Remind me of the
It's
effect.
the light armor that comes over you that looks like me, and it still has never worked the way it's supposed to, so we'll see if it works today.
I don't know what that does for me.
Vanera
Once
would.
it happens, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Basically, imagine that you are Vanera, but there's a holographic brick that's like just barely over all of you.
Alright.
Okay. So I don't have to roll anything right now.
Correct.
I do know.
Hopefully you don't have to roll anything at all. That's my action. What bonus action do I have? I'm gonna try to telekinetically shove this guy
Which
away
guy?
from the wagon.
Which guy?
The guy that Kasumi is.
This one here?
Yeah, he's the only one in range.
Okay. Got it.
I'm gonna try to shove him away from the wagon so I have somewhere to jump.
What's the range on this ability?
30 feet.
One more time.
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, yeah. Plenty of range. Yeah. So
I'm
it's a
gonna
save on his part? What is it?
Yeah. String saving throw. DC 16.
He passes.
Damn it. Okay. I'm gonna just jump down beside him then.
Okay. Left, right.
Opposite side of Kasumi.
So right there. Or do you want to be like here?
Right here's fine.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. Sounds good. That brings us to the werebore. Kasumi, you are on deck. So, having been shoved back, you see him kind of stomp his foot into the ground and scuff it up, and then he just takes off back towards Zon. He's going to... Coming at you, he's going to... hit you with the maul twice. That is a 3, so that sure as fuck doesn't hit, but I do think a 23 does hit.
Pretty sure.
Alright. Let's see, that's going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage to you as he just BAM! Right into your head.
And he looks very fabulous doing it from the glitter.
And you know what
Yes.
you need to do.
Oh, right. That's a natural 20.
So he takes. Well, it doesn't matter. He takes 6 points. And is shoved 10 feet back again.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? He takes 6 points.
You take half if you pass. You take
Yeah.
full. I'm sorry. If you pass, you take half damage, so you take 6 points of lightning damage.
Okay, so yeah, okay, never mind.
That doesn't matter, but it threw us off.
Yeah.
And then he gets shoved 10 feet back again.
No, that's not what I wanted to do. Shit. I entered in the wrong values. Give me just a second. So he comes up, smacks you, and just back to where he was a second ago. You can see him like snorting and snarling as he's getting really pissed off that you keep knocking him back again. That brings us to Kasumi.
Okay. This little guy is still alive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Little guy of mine.
We're
This little
gonna
motherfucker's
smack
alive.
him again with the Basaito.
Alrighty.
And, is Brick technically flanking?
Yes.
Okay.
So you would have advantage on this.
Sweet. Okay. Since I'm operating with one hand over here.
You're
Understandable.
swaddling the baby.
The baby.
He's the baby. 22.
Let's go.
22 hits.
Let's go.
So, and also there is poison damage with the sword.
20.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so let me get that damage, then I'll do my sneak attack here in a minute. Oh.
Right, yeah.
So 1 point of piercing, 7 points of poison. Or hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to click that. It was 1 point of poison, right? Hold on. If D&D Beyond will cooperate. Okay.
It's
Wait a
1d6
second.
of poison. So you dealt 7 points of piercing damage,
and then an extra 1d6.
and then a 1d6 of poison.
That is 6 points of poison
So that's 13 total,
plus my sneak attack,
which is
which is 21 points.
Jesus. So as it comes to attack you, there's a heavy thud of brick landing behind him, and he turns snarling, and you go, "Ha, dumbass!" Ha! Just stab him right in the back with Basaito, and you see it arch its back and lets out another loud howl. Is that it for your turn?
Yup.
Puppy.
It's a pretty fucking good turn if I do myself. All right.
Puppy.
What the dog doing?
Fucking being a bitch is what it's
The
called.
dog is gonna turn around and bite at Kasumi again, since it just stabbed the fuck out of him.
Wait! It finally happened. Wait, hold on.
Quick, while he's distracted, Kasumi, that's going to be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
He has to make a wisdom saving throw before it actually hits, though.
It's a 12.
That is 12. That fails.
Okay. Remind me again what this entails.
What happened?
Okay, so as he goes to bite you, instead of actually making contact with your skin, it stops at the light, and the light you see the light actually around you get absorbed into him. His eyes flash blue, and he just reverts and turns around towards me and just completely ignores you.
Okay, so that would be 21 to hit you then.
That will fail.
21 doesn't hit you?
I have an armor class of 24. Oh wait, so hold on. Do I have my shield? I don't have my shield, so that might change. Let me check that real quick.
I'm not terrified of brick, by the way.
Meets and beats, right? You said 21?
Yes.
That does hit.
Okay. So as it's looking to go after Kasumi, it latches on, the magic courses back into it, turns around and goes, "All right," and just slashes at you. That will be 10 points of slashing damage. You robot bitch.
Okay. I will take it. Gladly.
Okay.
Okay.
Finally fucking worked!
Vanira just looks at the shimmering light around her and is just like, cool!
Get it off, get it off. Okay. Alrighty.
And at the end of every of his turn, he can make up another wisdom saving throw.
That's a natural 20.
Okay. It's no longer affecting him, but it worked once, and that's all I care about.
I forgot we had made that, if I'm being perfectly honest. Okay, back to shooting Zahn. That is a 2 and a natural 20.
Go ahead.
No, silvery barbs on that natural 20, sir.
You got your one.
What natural 20 versus Zahn?
No, no.
What? I don't like you.
Listen,
I
he can hate you all he wants. He's not keeping track of my health.
Damn it.
One day
And
you
also,
make
I'm
those
gonna give
It's an
Zahn-
11.
No, thank God.
What, sorry?
And then with silvery barbs, I get to give the advantage to another person, so I'm giving Zon the advantage. I feel like
Happy
he's got
birthday,
some
Zon.
rage to let out.
See if I get to use it.
Okay. It's at this point. You all hear a chorus of howls from within your home. It seemed to be
Inside the house? Like the cart?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay.
As you hear these howls, it gets back to the bear directly in front of Zon, and he's lifting his axe to swing again, and stops and looks towards the wagon home. The axe in his hand is lowered, and he lets out his own bellowing bear roar to do.
Super bellowing.
Fuck off, you do a bear roar. And you see the wolf that had just clawed at Brick also lowers its hands and turns to look over at the bear. The boar had started to run back towards Zon again to try again to smack him, but comes to a bit of a halt in the mud, skittering a bit and almost losing its balance. It seems for the moment that they have stopped. Pez, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, now I was gonna make a heckin' cannon, but instead, seeing that they all stopped.
Well, it's very disconcerting that those howls you heard came from underneath you.
Oh no, I'm well aware. It vibrated in my
checking.
butt. I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals,
Okay.
and I'm gonna see if I could understand like them growling at each other.
So you take the moment to cast a spell and you listen in. The sounds don't seem to carry any speech, but there's emotion behind it. A hamburger beside you, though normally ferocious in combat, seems to... Calm is the wrong word. It's more unsure and curious. And you also hear in the very, very far distance, Cassie off to the, off beyond the light of the wagon home. She kind of made herself scarce.
Howard!
You hear the low warbling, but also the message behind it of, what's happening?
I'm concerned. Where are my heckin' bonus actions? Well, I can't heckin' do anything as a bonus action because I already used this spell. Actually, I can use a bonus action. I am going to see what happens when I frill up and try to use my frills to distract them. See if that, gets them to do something.
Okay, so Pez up in the tower with Hamburger just... It's been so long since you've used that. I need to refresh my memory on what that does. Let's see here. Oh man, it's down at the bottom of the fucking list. What the fuck?
Well, I'm even trying to find it.
No, it's at the bottom of the list. So the only one that is in range is the wolf between Kasumi and Brick. Needs to make a wisdom saving throw. That's going to be a 3.
Oh, it fails that.
Okay, so, it's afraid of you. It's never seen anything quite like you, and it is just... You, Kasumi and Brick, you see the wolf kind of like flick an ear at the sound that Pez is making. It looks up and it seems to like shrink away from the ferocious kobold up in the tower. I must make him afeared. Are you feared?
He doesn't know if it's a D-low. He expected to spit poison at it.
Is there anything else you would like to do? You do still have your movement.
I mean, I'm standing on top of the cart, but my cone of vision is just like shit. Which is annoying. Can I like peek my head back into the house to see what the hell that sound was?
If you want to use your movement to go down the tower, you can. But you have used your action and your bonus action. So you're kind of running out of what you're able to do in this point in time.
Hamburger, stay. I'm going down.
Okay, so Pez begins to head down. As you go down the stairway, you don't see anything in the hallway upstairs at the moment. But
All right.
that will do it for Pez's turn. That brings us to Vanera with Zahn on deck. You do see the ones that you were able to see currently seem to be standing down. The one between Brick and Kasumi looks like it's about to wet itself.
Vanera is going to boldly run inside and check for the source of said ferocious growl.
Okay. Vanera turns back around to look within, and there are 2 more wolves inside, having gone in through the window over the basin. One is standing on the counter and is turned to howl out the window. The other is finishing up a howl looking out the door, and like the one that had died out front, the fur seems to be receding and sloughing off, and its form begins to be looks like it's beginning to shift back.
Do they seem aggressive? I'm a bit lost.
They seem as in a stand down sort of nature as the ones outside. Neither are approaching you, they are staying still.
What the fuck are you doing here? That's it. She only has questions.
Okay, then we're gonna go on to Zahn with Brick on deck.
Okay. Someone's gonna move up 5 feet and
Shit.
use rabbit hop to dear Lord, come on, work with me here, to jump up on top of the cart.
Okay.
I cannot, so I'm on top of the cart right now.
Right.
And
as you are stepping away, the bear-like creature doesn't seem to have any interest in attempting to stop you or make a swing at you or anything. It just stands there and lets you go.
like he could.
While I am aware that Rabbit Hop does not provoke opportunity of attack,
joking.
there is no movement whatsoever to stop you.
So, that being said, Zahn is going to ready a spell that is still going somehow, in case he makes any movement.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I've been
Storm
rolling
Strike.
for Call Lightning. I have to roll Constitution checks every time I hit. I have not rolled under a 19.
Okay, fair enough. That's also on me. I should have been remembering that was a concentration check. So thank you for remembering.
I have rolled 5 times so far.
So you're holding a call lightning for what's the trigger if anyone attacks again?
If they do anything that is even slightly remotely, somewhat even slightly looking mysterious or evil, the lightning comes down.
Got it. Clear as mud. Then that brings us to Brick with Kasumi on deck. What would you like to do, sir?
Okay, so they're the two. Are they in the cart or on top of the cart? Sorry.
They are inside. You literally you heard the sounds coming from within. You saw Vanir turn around and go, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Zeke, the player, knows what's happening, but Brick does not. Brick is just going to he's just going to ready an action until someone says something to explain what's going on. He's just going to ready an action to attack again if he sees any hostile movement, the one in front of him, and just says, "Explain."
Okay. It's on to the boar's turn. And as I had said before, it had been taking a few steps towards Zahn, but comes to a slow as the bear let out its bellow. And as it is standing there, since it is his turn, it will begin to shift back into its human form, which is very similar to what it looks like now, just less hairy. Very rotund, sort of a strongman build, where it looks like that, but he could probably topple the cart by himself, kind of a build. He stands there for a moment, shrugs his shoulders, sets them all down on the ground, and just begins kind of inspecting the charred skin from Zahn, but doesn't say anything, doesn't move.
Does he notice the glitter? Does he like it?
He's also kind of like...
Is it suiting?
He's kind of like... like flicking at
That doesn't come off, by the way.
Glittered forever! That brings us to Kasumi.
She's gonna notice that they all stopped, and after hearing the voices or the howling inside, she would like to misty step inside.
Sorry, where was that?
She's gonna misty step inside the cart.
Okay.
And she's basically gonna almost flank as much as possible, depending on the placement of the two inside and where Vanira is. Because I know Vanira just walked inside.
You're paying for that window.
There's not much room to flank. Vanira is standing in the doorway, and one is kind of crouched over the fishing hole of death, the sink. Mm-hmm. And the other one is standing with its back to the countertops and all. There's not really a place to get behind them.
Okay.
But you can just bamf inside and see that they are both in there.
Okay, and then she's just gonna hold out the Saito in like a defensive manner, and she's gonna hold her action of attack in case any of them become hostile.
Okay. Then so long as no one is interested in fighting anymore, we will transition out of the combat phase and kill the epic music. So.
What the fuck? Vanir repeats.
As everyone begins to calm down and take a moment, all of the furry creatures begin to shed their fur. Not really shedding, it sort of like ungrows. It's very weird. Their bodies shrink, their faces become more human. The two wolves that are inside the wagon, they look to be related in a sense. They both have brown hair, similar looking facial structure, and both of them just raise their hands and just stand there quietly. The one outside that was being beaten by Brick and Kasumi turns back into his human form and looks much like the one that is currently dead on the ground. It just drops to his knees and just begins to weep. You're unable to see the tears because of the rain, but you can hear the sobs. He's not even paying attention to you, Brick. The bear man, or the werebear, I should say, he doesn't change in height very much, and the musculature stays there. He slowly walks towards the wagon, more to kind of stand in the light. And you can see that he is, sorry, he's barrel-chested. He's got scars covering his body. He looks to be about Brick's height, if not a little taller, even including his little head loop. He's got a very closely trimmed beard with streaks of gray within it. The one that looked like a boar walks up closer behind him, and from a pouch at his side, he seems to have pulled something out and is munching on it already. From the trees off to the side, you see a woman approaching, dressed very similarly to the rest of them, except she actually is wearing something over her chest, and she is carrying a longbow. As she steps into the light, those of you with dark vision are able to see that she has a very, very large scar over her throat. It is the werebear that speaks up first, sets his axe down, raises his hands. I believe we've had ourselves a bit of a misunderstanding.
Zan's hand still up in the air. Yeah, I'd say so.
Vanera very rudely. Outside. We can continue this talk outside. Get out.
to the two that are in there.
Yes.
They sort of like, what's the word? They look very scolded. They are keeping their hands kind of up and just like obeying the disappointed parents. They like sulk outside, and they, as soon as they step out, they see the other male sobbing over the corpse, and they both drop to their knees by the body and join in the mourning.
Against Zan's better judgment, he is going to jump down and cast Spare the Dying on some said dude and see if it works.
Okay. Let me check something real quick there. Do. You know what's sad when I have Zan's page open at all times, just in case.
What kind of shit's he gonna pull this time?
I will say Kazumi's gonna switch Basaito back to the crossbow state.
To the bow, the short bow.
Yeah, or the short bow.
Mm-hmm.
And as she walks out, she is holding it pointed towards the female. Explain.
So Zan, you drop down. Do you say anything, or do you just walk towards them?
You're talking about the guys who are already crying?
Right, because you are a previous combatant walking towards them, seemingly trying to do something.
In a angry but not violent voice, move aside. And while he's leaning down to heal them,
Make
Zan's
a persuasion check.
Oh, okay.
Move aside, isn't he saying?
Persuasion is a +6. Okay, it's a 16.
16. Two of them seem to be very, very reluctant. But the one that appears to be older sort of like growls at them and punches one of them in the shoulder and leans back to give you room.
Zan's going to cast Spare the Dying and answer Kasumi's question for her. I have a feeling these people are looking for the cards that passed us earlier today.
The prison cart.
You hear
Does make sense.
You hear a rumbling from the larger man, and there's a bit of a nod of his head. You would be correct.
Brick just kind of looks at the cart, looks at him, looks at the cart, looks at him. Does this look like a prison cart?
We did not see the cart. We only know that it was on this road.
Traveled the wrong way. Does Spirit of Dying work?
As Zahn bends forward and touches him, there's where the breath had been very labored and faltering. It does stabilize. The man is still unconscious, but seems like they may pull through.
Vanera,
Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
Vanera's hand glows. Boops it on the forehead. Cure wounds. And they are healed for 10 health.
Out of the way. Boop.
Vanera seems very annoyed as she's doing this.
Yeah. After that happens, Zon's gonna fall face first in the mud and pass out. He is very bloody right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vanera's gonna go cast a pretty hefty 4th level healing word. She's gonna start Prayer of Healing up.
Oh.
And start healing everyone.
Okay.
Up to 6 creatures of your choice.
I
Regain.
get super healed.
I'm gonna heal everyone in the party. The one that's on the ground. Well, I'm gonna exclude myself from this one. I'm gonna heal everyone in the party. The one on the ground. And the boar person, because she hit them.
Okay.
They regain hit points. 4d8 plus 10, so.
I'm back up the hole.
6. 11. 17. 27. Everyone regains 27 hit points. If they need it.
Damn.
You just see bubbles start coming out of the mud as Zon's like,
Welcome to the land of the living.
Kasumi, as you were keeping Basaito trained on the woman stops over to the boar man, smacks him on the shoulder. He kind of grunts and looks at her, and she kind of gestures at him and makes a few signs with her hand, and he just kind of grunts and goes, "Shut up," and just chuckles. And she is grinning while she's doing this. The 3 that look as if they're the 4 technically at this point that look like they're related, begin speaking in a language that I don't believe any of you know.
I got common, Dwarvish, and Aslan.
Nope.
Celestial,
Abyssal,
common,
Sonic and orc.
Oops, sorry.
Nope.
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Elvish, Infernal.
Damn, that's a list, but no.
They're not speaking Lapine, are they?
No. They're not going hop, 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 motherfucker, hop, hop.
Do they got the pointy ears?
No. No, these seem to be regular humanoid people, minus the fact that they were just wolves and bears and boars.
Oh my.
But the 3 that had not been grievously wounded are looking to Vanera and Zahn and appear to be thanking you.
It's just on his back now.
Just Terminator thumbs up.
Terminator thumbs up. Just like Zon's gonna put his hands up in the air, best birthday ever, and just smash them down into the mud. Being super sarcastic as he says this.
Right.
So you thought that you were attacking the prison cart?
The big man looks a little bit ashamed and is like, "It was the plan."
Hmm.
You're about a day behind going that way.
Also,
We were going that way.
question.
Mm.
Do I look like a prison guard to you?
He kind of lifts a hand and scratches at his beard, and it was dark.
Hmm. I also didn't appreciate being torn from the tower and thrown towards the ground abruptly. Thank you for that.
Zahn is sitting there with arrows still sticking out of his chest. Oh, yeah. Yosef's just not having a good time right now.
He kind of
We're all having a bad
he
day.
kind of leans slightly to the side and looks at their downed member, and I think you exacted your revenge on that one.
Well,
They're alive. I hope they get well. You may now go on your way.
I'm for a tiny bit of advice. I would better understand your targets before you attack them, because we kind of went easy on you guys.
As did we.
Cute.
She just kind of like narrows her eyes at him.
He kind of leans towards you and says, "I instructed my crew not to bite."
Wait, how long has it been? This hasn't been 10 minutes yet, has it?
No.
Yeah, that tree that's within 60 yards of where I was, I'm going to call a bolt of lightning down and hit it.
Not a single one of them flinches. Pez, what were you going to say?
Two things. One, what happens if you bite? Two, who the hell are y'all?
If we bite, you become like us.
Holds out arm.
Rick just kind of looks contemplative and kind of looks at himself, looks back at them, looks at himself.
Vanera pushes down Pez's arm.
Pez is still on the roof, I think.
You can transfer between animal and human.
They're werebeasts.
It takes practice. But yes.
Werebeast. Okay, but you seemed somewhat aware of what you were doing. It wasn't like you were not in control of your actions.
It takes practice, he repeats.
Oh, okay.
Son's going to blurt out, but I'm already an animal. That doesn't make any sense. I can't be any more of a rabbit.
I mean, you could be a were-rabbit.
I do not need that kind of power.
Yeah, but Wallace and Gromit said you could be.
Kasumi just
I have
laughed.
not read that book.
It's another Untamed West children's story, don't worry about it.
Kasumi laughs and just says, "That's an interesting, fun ability, isn't it?" And then she's gonna transform into her tiny little fox form.
He looks down at you, chuckles once, and says, "Cute. Not fun."
Just head cocks to the side.
So,
So tell me how... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
who are you?
The bigger man gestures at himself first, Arnbjorn, and then to the woman, Nisa, to the fat man. Sorry?
What was his name?
Arnbjorn.
I'd argue that sounds Rokusin.
You can argue all you want.
Okay. Continue, sorry.
He points to the woman, Nisa. She nods her head. Points over to the larger man, Reiner. And then to the four gathered around. The one that was on the ground with a big fucking stab wound in his chest is just now starting to sit up. And he kind of squints through the rain. He points in their general direction. Hakan, Dag, Eric, Foss.
It is nice to meet all of your acquaintances of you trying to kill each other. Also, are you from Rokusin?
No.
Okay.
Now that we have pleasantly acquainted ourselves, I'd like to get back to bed. Do we have any more business here, or will you be on your way?
We have no more business.
Good night. She goes up to her room.
Tell me how far off I am. Considering that until tonight, I thought your kind was a myth. You have some sort of settlement or nomadic group who like to keep the myth that way. Someone found out. They captured all or most of your elderly women, folk, and children and are sending them probably either into the west or to be executed, and you're trying to get them back.
Armbjorn grins at you, leans a hand on the pommel of his axe. Close, not quite.
What I get wrong?
We only look for one. We are the Vergang. We are quiet, small group. Live in Malglen. There is odd things happening. People who are tame are killing, and do not recall why. It happened to one of ours. Is newer to our group, not as practiced. We have 20 days to retrieve before he changes and attacks. He is not in control of his beast. The others we care not for, though they are all guilty of the same situation. He kind of looks bit down the road into the darkness where Cassie is slowly thudding closer. You wish to go to Maelglen?
That would be true, eventually.
Where is Milkland again? Is that on our road?
Yes, where we're heading.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Be
it's
safe.
Milglen, then Harpermere?
If you're
Yeah.
following the road, you go to Maelglen, which is to the east, and then you go north into Harpermere.
Got it, okay.
Otherwise, you're
That's
cutting
what I
cross
meant.
country through trees and woods and shit, and you saw how well that worked out last time.
Well, again, you're about a day behind.
You see the boar man Reiner kind of go, damn it. And even the woman makes a few more hand signals, and he nods at her. Another night of not sleeping.
Well,
We do
pains-
apologize for the misunderstanding. It was nothing personal. But you fight well. And he looks down at Zahn, who's just like, bleh, it's like, you can take hits. I like
yes. Thank you. You guys are awesome too. Thank you for not killing me.
It was not
Glad
for
we
lack
didn't
of
kill
try.
one of yours.
Well, Kasumi's back in human form. Well, glad he's alive.
It would have
So-
been deserved for our mistake. We knew the risks. No hard feelings.
Brick
Well-
looks back inside to where Vanera went. She'll get over it.
Maybe.
Sorry, go ahead.
Zahn is going to lean up and well, against my better judgment, if you need to rest, we still have a little bit more rest before we have to go. You can stay with us outside the cut if you do so choose. But it does sound like you are also in a hurry. And I have a lot of sleeping to do.
We have
said-
much ground to cover.
One last thing before you go. You said this has been happening recently. Strange changes.
You say you saw the cot?
That is true.
All of them? Even the children?
He kind of thumps a bit closer and actually has to bend down a little bit to look at you. You tell me they were murderers.
Huh?
That's what they said, but I had a hard time believing it.
Yes, it definitely did feel off. Especially the children part.
I will admit, they did kill. But that is not their nature.
So safer framed.
And you're
Not framed.
and you just changed.
Say again, sorry?
Just changed.
Into the creatures.
I'm sorry, my brain is just not firing on cylinders.
He
No, you're
said this
good.
changed-
Brick is asking, you said it's not in their nature, so they were changed into one of yours.
Got it. No, not changed. Eyulf, ours who was taken, did not change. He just attacked, killed, as did they all. Once the deed was done, they were just as horrified as the rest. We do not know why. It is momentary.
Hmm.
This
Well,
happened in Moglin.
Be careful.
Yay!
Holds out arm again.
You are funny. I like you.
I want to know what I would change into.
You would probably turn into a small lizard.
I'm already a small lizard.
You would be smaller lizard.
Although they seem to be turning into larger creatures than what their human forms are.
This is not a human. I have agreed.
Like, would I just turn into a Dilophosaurus or a freaking Allosaurus with frills? What the hell would I be? I must know.
A big raptor with fur.
It's imagine a sheep but a raptor. Just fluff.
It can't even claw you. It's too fluffy.
Great speed on your journey. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Yes, if you see our cat, please stop by and say hello. But, you know, just,
Less aggressively.
yeah, it's that one. What he said.
You
That'd
can
be
knock on the
fantastic.
door next time. Also, just be cautious which carts you attack.
He kind of chuckles and speaks again in the language that none of you are able to understand. And the four brothers that were down all stand up and begin walking back to the west again. Reiner and Nisa begin to follow suit. He bows his head to all of you again. Safe travels. If we meet again, we will make up to you.
Good luck.
Keep a wary eye. He hefts up his axe, puts it over his shoulder, begins walking off into the darkness.
Big dude.
Zod is still on the ground, looks up at Brick. Carry me.
I need
Father.
sleep.
You're a big baby. And I pick him up and put him on my shoulder.
Pull out my arrows.
I'll just start yanking them.
Oh,
Ah!
Give me arrow.
Oh, Pez wants arrow.
Oh, I thought Pez wants uppies.
Oh,
I'll toss him the arrow.
okay.
Uh,
So, as you all go back inside, to lick your wounds, finish your rest.
Don't you say it. Don't you
That's where
fucking
we're
say
going
it.
to end for tonight.
Fuck you!
That was
a great session. I loved it.
Thank you all so much for joining us.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, please join the Discord. That's where you can keep up with the shenanigans and when schedules may or may not change in the coming weeks here. Anything else anyone wants to say about anything?
Thanks for having me on such short notice.
Thank you for filling
for
in
being
for Vanera. I feel like you had her about 90% of the way. There were some swear words that I don't know that Vanera would do, but she was having an off
Fair
day.
enough.
It's fine.
We'll strike those from the record.
I'll go out and bleep them. Not canon.
Oh no! You need to go
Objection.
find something cute that she says. And instead of bleeping it, just bleep over the cute word.
Fudge.
Just objection, hearsay.
Yeah, objection, hearsay. Falsifying the testimony. Well, again, thank you all for joining us. We will see you in the next 2 weeks when we go live again. So until then, have a great weekend. We'll see you all soon.
Don't
Good
forget,
night, everybody!
they're new to your werewolves.
Gross.
What?
Spay to new your werewolves.